Hello, hello, hello. And the day off tomorrow, do you want a croissant? Don't burn my croissants, no! This is so rude. Hold on, let's go over here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. I'm a little close, aren't I? I feel like I'm a little bit closer than I normally am. Hi. Oh my god, hi Tomo, hi. Hello, hello. Thank you for the head pat, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, 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 hi. Such a pretty model. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I love being a dress-up doll. I love that I can now change my outfits and my hairstyles whenever I want for stream. It's so fun, it's so exciting. How are we doing on our Monday? How's our Monday going? How's everyone's Monday happening today? We doing good? Broke up multiple skins? Yeah, I do. Thank you for getting Kimmy. Hi. I'm so sick. Oh. I'm sorry. That sucks. Hello, Kimmy. Hello, Uni. How's it going? Hello, hello, Random. How's it going? Hello, Pearl. Hi, Rai. Hi, Tomo. Hello, Kiora. Hello, Boomy. Hi, what a name. Silly name. A very, nice name. Let me say hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Kazuo. Did I say hi to everyone so far? Right? I did, right? I think so. Oh, hi, Brick. How's it going? Hi. And also, hello, Blitz. How's it going? You going live at 1 a.m. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I'm very late for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, time zone. Evil time zone. Love the pink of your model. Thank you, Astral. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. For everyone new here, I got my 2.0 model done just now. Just now. That's a lie. I've been working on it for like 500 months. And now I can just, at will, I can do this, you know? I can be like, wow, look at how cool I am. And then I can go like this, if I want to. But I really like this combo, personally. The long hair and the dark outfit. I think it's a very, very cute combo. Yeah. I'll lower the music a little bit. Actually, no, let me just do this. We'll switch this off. And then we'll do... Boop, 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 boop. We'll do Spotify music for now. You rig the whole thing yourself? Yes, I did the art and I rigged my model. I did the art and rigging for all of these. For all of these things that I'm doing here. All of this. This is all months and months of work that I spent so long doing. Yeah. Hello, Sar. How's it going? Welcome. Let's go back to this outfit. There we go. Okay. Talent. Thank you. I appreciate, thank you. She took a lot of work. This guy's so talented. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can finally catch a stream. Welcome in, Sarah. How's it going? Hi. How we doing, guys? It's your wings, not my wings. Your new model looks amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me move my mic a little up. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hi. I moved my mic yesterday down so that I could play the game while I was leaning back a little bit. So my mic was a little bit lower down than it normally is. Yum. Okay. I'm gonna wait a little bit before let me go pull up my Twitter. I had no clue what to do for today for stream. I knew I was gonna do art. I just didn't know what I want to do for art-wise, like what to draw. So I did have to outsource my things. I had to figure out what people were. Maybe I could find one to draw for today. So we'll wait a little bit longer. Doing good, may not be sticking around long because it's Pathfinder night, but I wanted to stop by. No worries. Have fun time with Pathfinder. The wings are made of marshmallows, right? You know, they could be if you want them to be. Please draw a Hornet Silk Song. I can draw a Hornet Silk Song. You know what's funny? My sister the other day asked me, "Hey, what would your Hollow Knight like persona be?" And I'm like, I've never thought about what I would look like as a Hollow Knight character. Like I've never thought about that. We'll also be doing a lot of crafting the next couple days. Nice! Crafting! Is the music loud or soft? I think it's a bit quiet, right? Let me put a little bit louder. Tiny bit louder. Okay. Let me... where am I looking for? Oh, let's go over here. Where are we going? Over here? And then let me... bonk. Okay. Crazy coincidence, I was working on my Silksong Sona during stream day. Oh, wow! Crazy coincidence, I died in Silksong today. You're not playing Silksong, don't lie. Unless you decide to play Silksong all of a sudden. You're not playing Silksong right now, are you? That's a lie. That's a lie. You're not playing Silksong. That's true, I'm not playing. You're not. Because they're all tiny creatures. I imagine the pink little dust bunny. That's so true. I don't even know. Like, their characters are hard. Can I draw Silksong from memory? Miss Hornet from memory? I think maybe I can. I feel like she's not that hard to remember from memory. Can I talk yet? What does that mean? Can you talk yet? You can talk all the time. What does that mean? You can always talk. Why wouldn't you be able to talk? Yay. Oh, were you eaten by Kiora? Were you not allowed to speak? Is this what Silksong looks like? Is that what she looks like? I think that's what she looks like. Does she have arms here? Or here? Where do they go? Where do her arms go? Does she have arms visible? Okay. There. That's Miss Silksong. No arms visible. That's Miss Silksong right there. That's her in the flesh. Give her a needle. Oh, I forgot what her needle looks like. Isn't it like, like that? And then it's like a little circle at the bottom of it? I think so, right? That's like what her needle looks like. I watched like full playthroughs. Also, ads are gonna start in like 3 minutes, so if you want to go get a snack while that happens, you can. Yeah, Miss Silksong. I watched like hours and hours. It's John Silksong. It is John Silksong. I've watched like 4 or 5 days of Silksong videos from a certain streamer. Because he was playing it like 11 hours every single day, and I watched them like every other day because I was like one behind his current stream like lineup. And I'm not gonna lie, I still don't know what's going on. That's the lore. I like could kind of piece together the lore for Hollow Knight when it came out, but Silksong lore, I feel like even though it's a bit more obvious, I'm a little bit more confused about it because it feels a bit more robust amounts of content that I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, this is my Silksong lady. This is her in the flesh. Miss Silksong. You know, there is someone that I actually really want to draw. Hold on. John Silksong. Yeah. Anyways, how's everyone's Monday going? Everyone doing good for today? I, unfortunately, have still a broken AC. It's not working. I would love to have it fixed, but I called my maintenance people, and they were like, yeah, we have too many people right now for tickets, so we'll get to you probably tomorrow. And, like, we could get you, like, a portable heater, a portable AC if you want. And I was like, last time I had a portable AC, as helpful as it was, you guys left it in my apartment for, like, a week extra than I needed it to be. So if you're gonna come in tomorrow, I don't want you to come into my apartment, install a portable AC, and then leave it for, like, a whole week extra after you finish, like, fixing my AC. So, no. Ouch, yeah. I mean, it's not the worst, because, like, the temperature isn't super, super hot. It's, like, a little bit warm, but it's not the actual worst. Hello, Q, how's it going? Welcome. Welcome. It's not the actual worst amount. But, yeah. Something on Twitter, I don't use it as much anymore. It's all good. I wanted to find people to draw for today. Most on Blue Sky now. I wish I could be on Blue Sky right now as well, but unfortunately, I feel like there's just more people that I can talk to on Twitter, and more people that I can, like, speak out to and reach and chat with, so... I think it's September and weather is getting cooler, then yes, it is. It's getting much, much cooler. Also, Q, I hope your day's going well. Hope your Monday's doing well. It's just links, I think, Kiora. Your model is so cute. I love. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Thank you for liking my model. Thank you. How's it going? Hope everything's going well for you. I know you're doing your PC, right, Q? You were like getting your PC done. I think, right? You were building it, right? If I can remember correctly from your Twitter updates, you were, yeah. How's that going? Is that doing all right? Are we getting progress on that, or are we still getting a little behind on it? I remember you were talking about it, and I was wondering how that was going. We done around October, hopefully. Nice. Can I get sacrificed instead? Why are you gonna get sacrificed? That's nice. I hope it's as everything you want it to be. Remember when I got my PC for the first time? Because I also built my PC as well. I was so happy to finally have like a real thing. I don't even know what I did with my PC at the first I got it. I think I just like did a lot of like 3D modeling on it because I built it technically for school. So I got it in like the middle, like the I'll say like the end. Was it the end of no? When did I get my PC? I initially had like a PC my parents got because Mama Sky although she's like not a big gamer, she liked the idea of VR a lot. So like when she turned, I don't remember what age she turned, my dad got her a VR headset, and so they had to buy a whole PC for it because we didn't have like a PC that was strong enough to hold like a VR headset. So my dad got a whole PC and everything. And then my mom, love her, but she will she's like the shiny new toy, plays with it for like 2 weeks or maybe a month and then drops it immediately after. So she did get a VR headset. We used it around the house for like a month. she didn't want to use it anymore. And then the PC was basically like useless. So when I entered university, my parents let me have the PC instead, and it was in my room. Then that's crazy. I know. It's even crazier when you consider the fact that my mom, last year, her birthday, she got a MetaQuest for my sister. My sister bought her like another like updated like headset, because she still wanted to use VR. I don't even know. I don't know why my mom. I don't know why she still with VR. She won't play with it for more than like 2 months. But you know, I think she just likes the idea of it a lot. Like she thinks it's cool. Oh wow, yeah, I know. It's very silly. But to be fair, my mom doesn't like a lot of things if they're like not like, she has like a lot of hobbies, but they're all like very easy to do hobbies. Like she likes to like do like craft stuff. So she enjoys like knitting, crocheting, puzzle stuff, and things like that. So like, it's like, kind of hard to buy her like a big proper gift for her birthday that isn't like 100 puzzles, you know? So I gave her a little leniency if she just likes, you know, wants a cool, big, expensive one, like once in a while thing. I think it's fine. But I wish she would do, you know, play with it more often. But, you know. So yeah. I used to use that PC for a while. And then I built my own PC in like 2022, I think. And then that was like my senior year of university. So I only used it for like 1 or 2 big projects of my final thesis. And then I think I'd use it for like basically like trying to make a portfolio for jobs and stuff. And then I played a lot of like video games on it. Oh, I know that's so fair. Yeah, it is like it's, you know. Also, I think if you're someone like if you're like an older person, right? Like headsets and VR stuff I feel like can be very exhausting to constantly be playing with anyway. So I think it's also okay that she's not using it all the time. Cause then at least she's not like hurting her eyes. And also the MetaQuest's like actual like headset part is kind of heavy on your head. I won't lie, because I've used it and I helped them set up when they first got it. It's pretty heavy. It's not the lightest thing on your brain. It's not healthy to constantly be in it. Yeah. So I'm glad that my mom doesn't use it all the time, but I do wish she used it a little bit more. She definitely uses it as like, oh, look at this fun cool toy I have whenever we have family over, and she's like, look at this, and then she'll show it off to them. I'm like, Mom, you don't use this, but okay. You can show it off to everyone. That's fine. Hey there, Hayoki. How's it going? Check your Twitter. What are you gonna do to me, man? Can you feed my delusions again? What is your delusion? Oh, thank you. Your video came out. I will repost. Thank you for that head pet. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Ooh, wait, this is cute. I don't know who you are. Cute. Yeah, your video. I can't believe you finished it. Actually, wait, sorry. That was actually like a what is it called? An underreaction? Unreaction. What is it called? I didn't react properly. I'm very proud of you. I'm glad you finished your video. That took you like 500 years. Yippee! I'm so sorry. It sounded like I didn't care. I'm very happy that you finished your video. Like an underwhelming, yeah. Yippee, I'm so glad. Yippee. No, I didn't think about it for a second. My brain wasn't like fully caught up to like, oh, cool video. I thought if you said Kazuo would be an intern or not, I want to comment around that with Nibby. I mean, you're free to make yourself an intern if you want. I mean, because it's kind of hard because it's like in universe, technically you don't exist in it. So like if you want to do like a little like, you know, an AU for yourself, it's fine. But yeah, I'm glad you can be a real person again. Yippee. You can finally exist and become real. What are you gonna do with your newfound freedom? I think we talked about it before, but I forgot. I think I probably gave you the same answer where it's like technically you like it's its own set universe, so like no, you're not realistically like a real intern there, but like if you want to just like, you know, you can draw yourself in any setup you want to. Smoke weed and then don't do that part. I think you can have fun. Don't die. Please don't die. You have freedom. No die. What's the hi, my love? How's it going? Hey, hi. I can't draw a face. I drew like the they actually found it ad friendly. Oh, that's good. I'm so proud. Did you change anything at all about it, or did you just leave it? I'm you know what? I'm surprised actually. I was truly expecting them not to find it ad friendly. Hello, my love. Nope. Wow. Hey, you know what? Why might as well. That's cool. You're free to keep whatever parts of that video you want to be in there. So exciting. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to draw a head. Oopsies. You know what? In my defense, I haven't drawn a lot today. I did a little bit of commission work, but it was mostly cleaning up and then fixing up already existing things. So I haven't warmed up my hand. I was supposed to warm up, but it's hot, okay? I felt like a puddle this entire day today. It was like fine in the morning when I first woke up and I had like some momentum doing some work in the morning and I was able to like kind of push through. But then for some reason as like the day went on, it got warmer and warmer and I'm becoming more and more of like a non-real human being and just human soup. And I don't like that, so yeah, I'm not like super dead, but I am very tired today because heat, warm. I need a better reference for what her neck piece looks like. Hold on, one moment. Where do you go? I'm so excited for winter, low-key. I know. Not even low-key. I'm high-key excited for winter. I'm so tired of the heat. It's killing me. I'm not. The winter, no, the summer and I are not friends. We've never been friends, and I hate her. Yeah, how's it going, Dux? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm excited for it right now, but once winter comes, I'm gonna hate winter. I mean, that's kind of fair. I guess it depends on how strong of winter you get where you are, because the winter by me, it very much depends. The summer is an OP. Okay, I thought you meant OP, and I was like, what? No, yes, it is. It's too much. I'm done with 90-degree weather, yeah. I think for me, winter can be a toss-up between being really nice and simple, and like it's just cold and cute, and it's like not terrible. And then there's times where it's like icy and awful, and there's not even snow, it's just icy and terrible. So it depends. But more often than not, I would much prefer an icy bad winter over a hot and gross summer. So I don't really care. Like I think I rarely complain about the winter. I don't mind being cold. Because I already feel like my hands and my hands and feetsies get very cold because I have very poor blood circulation. So I'm like, it's whatever for me, you know, as long as I bundle up and I'm properly clothed. Properly clothed, I don't really care all that much. Same here, summer sucks, but the cold is better. Yes, it is. It's much better. I do like hot chocolate and I'm excited for that. Yes. I also enjoy hot chocolate. We can always bundle up to warm up, can't get more naked to cool off. Yes. If only spring, autumn could just be perpetual. True. Although I do like winter for like snow time. If I had no snow, I'd be kind of sad. Although we didn't get snow last year. I don't remember. We got like a little bit of snow. I don't think we got like actual like snow that like stuck and like was real. If you know what I mean. Like it didn't compound. Compound? Last year was a sad amount of snow. Yeah, I think the same for me as well. I don't think we got a lot of snow here, which is unfortunate. Hold on, I need water. 1 second. Water. Thirsty. Last year's snow wasn't as good as usual, sadly. Yeah. Lack of snow would be very sad, yeah. I think for me, the one thing that I hate about wintertime is that if it's super cold, but there's just no snow, and I'm like, why is it even cold? Why even be cold if no snow? Why just be cold and nothing? So, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like, why is it cold if we don't get anything out of it? Which sounds so rude to say, but like... if it's gonna be cold, you might as well, like, let it snow as well, you know? At the same time, but I also understand that people don't like snow a lot because of, like, I don't experience it myself because I don't have a car to worry about or a garage that gets concerned, but I know people don't like clearing out the spots for their car and stuff. Because I live in an apartment, one, there's a garage, and so if I had a car, it'd go in the garage, and two, I just don't drive, so I don't have to worry about that part. And so it's never an issue for me, but you know, I know people don't like it. I've had friends who complain about it a lot, where they don't like the fact they have to clear out their car from all the snow and everything. I think it's kind of a fun concept, but I also know that's because I've never had to do it. So like, because I don't have any experience with it, I think it's kind of fun, the idea of like, you know, clearing off snow from somewhere. But I just want to be winter, so I stopped feeling like I need to shower 24/7. So true. So true. It's always so warm, and it's awful. I understand. I have definitely taken, like, showers more than once a day sometimes when it just feels gross outside. It's also, like, if you live somewhere that's humid, it's terrible. If you live in dry climate, like, Babu, Tony, he lives in, like, LA, so it's dry heat, right? So when you're in there, when you're living around that area, if you're warm, if you go under the shade, you're mostly gonna be alright. Like, it's not gonna be the worst ever to be in the heat. But if you live somewhere that's, like, a bit more, like, humid and sticky and gross, I guess like Florida, probably, doesn't feel great to be anywhere, even in under the shade. It probably feels terrible. I say hello, Aiko. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Also, welcome in Shibi or Belle. Which one do you prefer? Hi, welcome. I saw your model in the reply. I think it was cute. I was gonna draw it next. I went to Toronto during the summer. It was a pain, no wind or nothing, just dry and hot. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Honestly, having no wind when it's hot is terrible. Because at the very least, you get like moments of relief from the heat. Some of that has no at all. I can't imagine. Because Citricos moved to Vegas, I think maybe like what 2 years ago or something. No, maybe it might be 1 year ago now. I have no clue when he moved, but he moved, and I can't imagine going from California, which is already warm and awful, and going to Las Vegas, where it's in the just in the desert, just super warm, nothing. Andre on Twitter, and love your model so much. Thank you. I am very happy with my model as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. I worked hard on her. She costed me so many nights of existing. There's so many nights of being like, man, I gotta work on this model. How have you been today, Sky? Pretty good. Actually, that's a lie. I've been okay. It's like my default answer when someone asks, oh, how are you doing? I am warm. It's warm and I'm sweaty. Well, I'm not sweaty. I just feel like, I feel discomfort. I feel warm. My AC is not working, and so I'm just warm. Other than that, I'm fine though. It's just icky and warm, and my brain's like soup because I can't focus and think. Which is why I'm taking so long to draw right now, because my brain's like unable to focus as well as it should be. I'm sleeping around ocean, so I always have like a nice breeze during summer, which I guess is like why I like summer a lot. I'm happy for you. I hate summer. I am a summer hater. I also am not like near a beach often, so I don't really get the breeze part. So I'm happy that you like summer though. I think there needs to be a balance for everything in the world, you know what I mean? Like people have to like summer, people have to like winter. I will never understand people who like summer, but I think you have to exist in order for like there to be a balance in the world, you know what I mean? So I'm glad you like summer. I don't get it, but I'm glad you do. So true, yeah. There has to be a balance, you know what I mean? We can't have everyone all love summer or all love winter. It's gotta be equal. Or at least, I guess, like, divide 4 ways. That's a mood, yeah. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee. Huh? What are you saying? Oh dear. Why do you do this to me? Probably in Tennessee, it says, fool me once, shame on when you fool me, I can't get fooled. Huh? What am I reading? Also, hi, how's it going? Welcome. Hope your Monday's going well. Welcome. Yeah. But I'm doing okay. I'm like exaggerating because it's just but just warm and icky, but overall fine. I got some work done on commissions, and then I uploaded my VODs today. I'm gonna try to be a bit better with that. There's no reason that I have to be or whatever, but I feel like it's good to have like a proper place to put all of your like Twitch VODs. So I upload them onto YouTube. I also got rid of my VOD channel, which I know may seem kind of silly for any reason, but I figured it didn't make sense to have a separate VOD channel when I'm not like constantly putting out VODs for anything. So I was like, okay, I'll just put it on the main normal channel that I have that I will maybe one day use for things and such. Yeah, I download them. I should just connect my Twitch account to my YouTube account and have them auto upload. I think you can do that. I don't know if I'm lying to myself or if I'm like misremembering, but I'm pretty sure you can like just automatically upload your VODs onto YouTube from Twitch. I could be very, very wrong, but I feel like I vaguely remember this information. The George Bush quote, but it's also in a J. Cole song. I see. So true. Welcome. These eyes are not in the same way. But yeah, I want to be a bit better with, I was talking to I the other day about, like, making TikToks and publishing things and being, like, a real person. I was like, we just like kind of both agreed that it's better to like do some work for it than like put it aside fully. I vaguely recall doing that with bots. Yeah, I think that's like a real thing. I think. I definitely could be wrong about it, but I have like a very vivid memory of that existing. Well, thank you for subbing for wait, have you always been at tier 3? There's no way. Is that a recent update or have you always been? I feel like I would have noticed that if that was the case. Also, thank you for subbing for at tier 3 with sorry, that just like, surprised me. Upgrade to okay, I figured. Thank you. That's very sweet. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Aiko. Thank you, thank you for 29 months. That's crazy. Oh my god. Also, thank you for upgrading. That's wild. I appreciate you. That's so sweet. Oh, my heart. Thank you. I hope you enjoy all the 1 bajillion emotes that I worked on in the past couple months and ad free viewing and I don't know, a kiss on your forehead. You're my absolute favorite streamer, so I would support you more. Aw, thank you. My heart. Aw. You've made this day go from being meh to wonderful. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm honored to be your favorite streamer, though. That's crazy. Little me, silly little creature me. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I wish I could be a bit more of like a real streamer, you know what I mean? Like I want to do more cool things, but I feel like I'm not like ever I don't know, I don't think about cool stuff. No, I mean like I have ideas that I want to do for streams sometimes, but I never like know how to execute them super well. So, even if you enjoy just more like, you know, my simpler like just drawing and hanging out streams, I really appreciate that. That is very, very nice. Pay no attention how I can't draw today. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll just, you know, it's been, what, 30 minutes? We'll warm up and we'll get there. I'll get somewhere in a minute. I promise. It's just gonna take me a little bit of time because I haven't really been drawing as much as I should today. Wow. Also, I don't draw on my computer that often. I should. I still like every so often I'm like, oh, I should draw on my computer more. But I don't really. To be fair, I just love the vibes ever since I found your channel like 2 years ago and the art style is just adorable. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. You've always been so sweet, Aiko. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I mean, that's a kind of okay, I think, as a face, maybe. I gotta look so I know how I'm drawing her hair. I feel like I always have a hard time with drawing people's hair is like fully accurately to how they actually have on the model. Because at some moments, I want to just draw them like to get the vibe of it right. Because I feel like I don't want to make it perfectly the same as someone's like reference. Because the hair is a little bit different, right? But then also, I think some people are a bit picky on that and they really want their model hair to be the same every single time they get art, which I think is fair as well. You know, no shade of that, it's fine. But I never really know. Beni, hello Zeus, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope your day's going well. I know you're back to work now. Hope it's been okay. Is today like your first week or have you been working for a bit? I don't remember if you told me. Either way, hi. Hope your Monday's going well. It's going well, cook for family. Nice. Good. Have you watched Knights of Guinevere? I have. Actually, it was funny. I want to talk about that today. I totally forgot about it. I have watched it. It was very interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. I watched it, I think, yesterday, because I was, looking for things to watch, during the day, or during the night. I forgot when I watched it, and I was like, oh, I heard a bunch of people talking about this, I want to see what it's about. It's cool. I'm so hyped for the series. Yeah, it's very, very cool. I'm super curious to see, like, where it goes, story-wise. If anyone who doesn't know, it's an animated indie series, I think. I'm assuming it's a pilot that's out right now, made by Glitch. Which I believe is the same people that made the Amazing Digital Circus, right? And they posted like the video I think yesterday or 2 days ago. It follows, I'm assuming like a dystopian type of world. And I can't quite guess what the storyline's gonna be, but I believe they have it as like a psychological type of show. So yeah, it's cool. It's very cool so far. Is there a line for getting sky art? What does that mean? What does the line mean? I mean, like, anything is probably fine. If it's anything, questionable art, I guess a loan of myself would be okay. If it's with someone else, no. Oh, you're drawing cute VTubers? I'm cute, right? Yeah, you're cute. You're very cute, Zeus. Don't worry. Let me see. I've drawn you before, right? I have, haven't I? Haven't I? You also made Murder Drones. I watched that one fully recently. Murder Drones? I don't know what that one is. Murder Drones? I don't think I've ever heard about that before. Me and my friend were losing our minds theorizing it the day it released. Cog is already peak. Oh, is that the shorthand Cog? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Another glitch production series? Huh. Murder drones? Murder drones. I'll have to look into murder drones. I'll have to look into that because I do like their animation style a lot, and I'm very curious about like their story in terms of like the writers for stuff. So I'll have to look into it. Murder drones. Glitch is doing wonders for indie animation. I would agree. I think indie animation in general has been great. Do you only do raffles via Twitter still, Sky? I don't think I saw the post for this anywhere. Oh yeah, I just made a little post about it on Twitter just like right now. Cause I just wanted something to draw and I didn't know what else to draw. But I think indie animation nowadays, compared to any time before, is a lot better than it like was maybe like what. Also, why does that redeem work? Have I not like linked them up properly? Hold on, let me just do that. There you go. I don't know why it doesn't do it, but I'll link it at some point. I'll relink it. I think that what is it like 10? No, I'll say like 5 or 6 years ago, animation like indie animation wasn't real. I want to say like maybe when did I'm trying to think of like what was like a good because before Spider-Verse, I feel like there wasn't a lot of indie animation at all into stylistically being a real thing. Also enjoy your look, Aru. Trying to think. The most indie animation you'd get, and it might be a silly way to what's it called? To categorize it as, but the best indie animation that you can get, I think, would be like in music videos. I would see a lot of good indie animation like studios and work in a music video as opposed to like having its full own like animation series or like shorts or pilots. I would see like I found the most like innovation and new things and like style within music videos. And then I think now there are people who are actually making pilots and actual like series and comics and webtoons and like things like that are like very surrounding their own stories, and it's all like, you know, done by a small like indie company or like even just a couple of friends in a studio or whatever. So that's very, very cool. Reboot's the only notable indie animation from that era. I see. Nowadays animation is booming. It's awesome. Murder Drones is uniquely cute and interesting. Highly recommend. I will look into it. I'll look into it. It's funny because like as someone who, you know, went to school for animation, you would think that I would know more about it, but I actually I don't check out animation that much. Which I feel kind of like a fraud for saying that because I definitely should. And like I remember when I was in my animation courses, every so often be like, okay, cool, like bring in next week, like everyone would do like an assignment and it'd be like bring in an animation from from whatever you like a lot of, and then like talk about and dissect it. And it'd be really hard for me to find animations that I actually like knew about or I liked a lot to talk about, because aside from like watching shows, I kind of really know a lot what's going on in the animation like side of the world, I guess. I don't know why. I think if I'm being so fully honest, when I went to university, it was kind of just like, not that I would say that I don't like animation. I picked animation because I didn't really know what else to do. I just like liked art and I liked anime and I liked cartoons and stories. And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just do animation because I don't know what else I would be doing right now, I guess. And so I never like was, it sounds so sad to say, but I was like never passionate about animation, you know? I think the only point that I found actual passion in animation specifically was when I started doing 3D modeling and 3D animation. That was something that I was like, oh, this is like very much like up my alley and like what I enjoy doing. But like before that, 2D animation was like never for me specifically. Because like I remember I would compare myself to like a lot of my classmates and like, man, they're doing like everything they can to make this assignment perfect, and I'm like, I don't care, which is so bad. But it's like the truth. I didn't really, it wasn't like something that I felt like I had the same passion for. I'm in college for 2D animation right now. Thanks. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope your assignments are fun and that you enjoy doing them. Yeah. It is definitely, I would say that like no matter what you do for animation, it's very rewarding if you enjoy doing it. When you finish like an assignment or like whatever you're doing for it, it's very, very fun. I think having a final product is great. Remember to take care of yourself during your studies because it can be rough sometimes. Yes, very true, actually. Animation specifically can be very tough on you, especially depending on the environment that you're working in, because I know some animation majors, sometimes the environment is kind of toxic and rough, and it's not super fun. So yeah, it's, as long as you're taking care of yourself and you know how to take some breaks and you're not getting too in your head about your work, I think you'll be fine, hopefully. Senior capstone project during winter was rough. I can imagine, yeah. Take care of yourself. Yes. Remember, love your artists and how hard they work. They're incredible. Yes. Also, thank you for the water. I will hydrate. Everyone else hydrate as well. Get some tea, coffee, water, and hydrate, please. Yeah. Yum, 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 yum. Hold on, more water actually. Hydration. College is kicking my butt right now. Not the animation sleep, but other classes like gen eds. I imagine if you're going to like specifically an art class, like an art college, yeah, sometimes the beginning classes are kind of a pain. Remember to call me for stuff soon? Yeah, if you want to. My comms are open. Also, hello, Roro. How's it going? Hope your Sunday's going well. I'm sorry. Hope your Monday's going well. I remember that, like, I think, like, what is it? For my university, it was like 15% of students, like, transferred out freshman year, because they didn't want to do the gen eds, which for art school, I think it's very silly to not like them because they're just super normal. It's like, okay, take a pottery class, take like a class of this, whatever. Take a very like, like well-rounded classes. And I thought it was kind of silly to be like so upset with like wanting to transfer out of them because I'm like, obviously when you enter university, they're not going to put you right into your major classes. They're going to put you in some like, just core classes. You'll do that for like the first, year or whatever. But yeah, seeing the animation students being thrown into computer science class was so yikes for everyone. I'm sorry, you had to what? You had to do that for a gen ed for university? That doesn't seem real. You still draw spice? I do. That's crazy. That's so funny. No, my like required core classes were like a color theory class, a class on like video editing, a class on life drawing, figure drawing. I had like a what else did I do for like my core classes? Also, I might take tomorrow off, by the way. Only because I think my throat might kind of kill itself if I keep on streaming every day right now. Because I probably should have eased myself into it a bit better. But yeah, I might take tomorrow off. That is a possibility. I'll get back to like an actual proper schedule at the end of this week. But because debut happened, I want it to be real and normal. So it was like a 101 class, but still, that's crazy. My math class was a class that was about like college algebra, and then my science class was like about like biodiversity and environmental science. And my university was like, you can take one or the other. You don't have to take both of them. If you want to take a math class, you can take a math class, and if you want to take a science class, you can take a science class. You don't have to do both of them. You can do one or the other. So that's very funny. Huh. Yeah, no. I can't imagine that. I mean, I guess like maybe it would have been nice to have like a full round of like education for stuff, but at the same time, knowing me as a person, I would have just not done any of the work. I would have hated it. So I'm kind of glad my school didn't make me do that. Because COVID happened during the time. Where can I see your VTuber model art? So true. I don't have references up yet. Hee hee. Whoopsies. You know what I'll do though? I have I do have like a very stupid reference sheet that I made forever ago that is just super simple. It's hold on. How can I do this? Hold on. You know I'll do this. Give me a moment while I try to figure out how to wait for you to see my full model art. I really should have made like a real like I need to make new reference sheets. My uni made us take gen ed space throughout your entire college career. Oh, that's annoying. That is very, very annoying, actually. What? Open link. Okay. Here. Can this work? Does this work if I do that? I wonder. If you click this button. Yeah, so there. If you want to look at my model art right now, you can look there. I will at some point make an actual reference sheet so you know how my model looks. I really, really should. Don't know why I haven't yet. I'll do it, I promise. I'll do it, I promise. But yeah, having gen eds going throughout the entirety of your years seems kind of terrible. My university just made us do it like the first. Well, actually, to be fair, you had to take like my school required art history classes for every single semester, and then where she is mother seeing that right now. You listen, hey. EP Fit is such a vibe. Thank you. EP Fit is very cute. I like all of them are cute. It's very rare that I like everything that I do, but I feel like my model design I actually do quite like. This question was a question before your hiatus, but would you do character ref comms? I would. I'm not the best at them, but I would do them. I feel like I'm not like I wouldn't recommend myself as the best artist for them because I'm not like really I don't know. I feel like my art's not as clean and pretty as some people's art, but you know, if you like my art and you would want a reference from me, I would do it. Yes, yes. Hershey every semester, yikes. Yeah, like you had to take one every single semester. I don't even know if it was like you like. It might have been where you had to have like a certain amount of credits, so you could have taken like 3 art histories in one semester. But I feel like they made you take it once every semester genuinely. Like I don't think you were able to like kind of pile them up in one semester. I think you had to one like spread out. Hi, Babu. How's it going? I also drew this girl's hair incorrectly. I'm so sorry, Mikan. Mikan. I'm so sorry. Your hair is like a lot more smaller here. How's it going, Babu? How was work? Were you doing okay? Was everything alright? On my way home? Yippee! On your way home! Did you guys know that Babu hates me? Babu lied to me today. He said some things to me and he lied to me, and I'm just gonna have to see if he's telling the truth or not. It's a waiting game. We'll have to see. I don't even know if he's in here well enough to hear what I said. It's so funny. I don't know if you guys feel the same way about it, but like when you that is not true. Uh-huh. I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys like feel the same way about it, but when you make like an internet friend, right? And you are friends with them for like so long, because me and Babu and Tony. What do you mean I lied? What did I say? I can't say it to everyone here. I've known him now for I guess 2 years, almost 3. And it's so strange to think that like I'm like I didn't know him for a majority of my life. And now we're like best of friends. It's so wild to think like I'm like I met you in my adult years after going to university. That just feels so strange to me. Like I'm like I made a friend in my adulthood like that. I'm like wow, that's wild. Also cuz we we also like met up. We've hung out in person like twice now. And like you are like I met you on the internet. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I love having friends online. Like I feel like I've always been better meeting people online than I have been in real life because I'm kind of awkward. I'm a little bit like I would say that I'm pretty good at like surface level conversation with people. Like if I go to a cafe and someone talks to me, or if I go in the elevator and someone talks, like I can talk to someone for short term, like whatever. But like making an actual friend in real life, I don't know. I feel like I can maybe do it if I'm like in the right circumstances, right? Like if we meet up at like an anime store and there's very easy things to talk about, and it's like, oh, we can talk about anime and the things we like very easily. But if it's like a random stranger, I'm like, how do I can't be your friend. I don't know who you are. Making friends as an adult is fun. I mean, yeah. I think it's like easier to do than when you were not to lie. I don't know, because I feel like as a kid you're too confused about yourself. That's hard to make like an actual honest friend. When you get older, you can be more genuine and you can be yourself with other people a lot better. I feel like high school years, you're in a very tumultuous. You're in a weird stage of your life where making friends is difficult. I think because like, who are you as a person, and what do you like? What is your interest, and what do you want to be, and how do you want to present yourself is a very difficult question to answer. And when you get older, that question's much easier for you to kind of get through and understand. So I feel like in that regards, making a friend that actually means more to you is about like probably a bit easier. But I think the social skills and everything else is hard because like you don't have the same space to meet someone anymore. Because in real life, you don't go to a place every single day and spend hours there and meet people there. Like no, that doesn't happen. Like unless you go to an office or a workplace, but you rarely are making friends in an office or workplace, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit harder, I think. But I feel like personality-wise, it's easier to do it when you're older. And now I generally could not imagine a day without talking to you, right? Me and Tony talk all the time. Like constantly. I always wonder, like, I think there's a codependency issue, but like, I don't think I have to worry about that. Listen, it's only a problem when the other person's unhappy with the codependency, all right? That's what I feel like. If you're codependent on somebody and they are happy with it and they're codependent on you, there's no problem. I don't think that's not an issue to me, right? It's only an issue when someone's upset that you're codependent on them. I think that's bad then, right? And then you have to figure out your boundaries and everything. But if you both have to call each other every day because you both have to, that's not bad, right? I don't think that's a problem, personally. I don't know. Maybe that is a problem to most people, but you know, Also, more likely to find people that share interests online because it's easier to find group spaces too. There's club with tools, so it takes a lot less effort to find a fandom server or something. Also, hello Dahlia, how's it going? Welcome for streaming in. Thank you. That is true. That's how I met most of my friends. Yeah, online friendships are great, and I think they're equally as valid as your real life friendships. You know what I mean? Mm. Mm. I don't want to talk about how many messages, calls I have with some people. Yeah, listen. I think as long as it's welcomed and they like it and they're happy, then you're fine. As long as an equal amount of interest. I don't think so. We're so normal with each other. Never codependent at all, right? Never codependent at all. Not like we don't, you know, say why do you hate me when someone else when the other person doesn't answer the phone on time. For sure. My favorite thing the other day. The other day, I was FaceTiming Tony, and I was calling him, and so I don't know if you guys don't have an iPhone. Part of the thing that you can do when you FaceTime someone is that you can when you wait for the call, you can just like pose yourself in the camera. And I remember I was I had the camera like right here essentially. Like the camera was like right on top of my head and I was looking straight down at it. And it was such a very silly angle. And Tony answered and he started crying. Because it was very silly. I love doing that to him specifically. I think it's hilarious. One time one of my friends, when he used to FaceTime me a lot back in I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, there was a time he FaceTimed me and he was in full on no face makeup, like from Spirited Away. Like he had put himself in cosplay and called me. And I'm like, what? What's happening here? Are you okay? Are you doing all right? I think it's so silly. I think it's hilarious. I was dying. It was so very funny. I was definitely codependent for sure, no questions. I think it's only a problem if it's undesired, okay? That's when it becomes an issue. If you're codependent and it's unwanted, then that's a problem. But if you're codependent and they like it, then you're fine. Everything is fine as long as it's mutual, you know? That's just the rule about everything in life. But yeah. I remember as a kid, I always found it a lot easier to make friends when I was online. And so I had a lot of online friends for many, many years of my life. I mean again, I still have a lot of them right now. I actually even had a friend before my hiatus and my break for my 2.0, someone came into chat before that was a friend for my online life before when I was young, 16 or something. I'm like, oh my god, you remember me. Because they found me on my Discord because we used to talk a lot on Discord, and then I fully rebranded as a VTuber, so everything about my information, everything is different. And I guess they were seeing who it was, and it's oh wait, I know you. This is very, very funny. Thank you for saving. I will save. Thank you. I will just say this is stream or 1. Thank you for the save. I appreciate it. But yeah. Online friendships are cool. There are obviously some that can be very bad, and I think it's very important to be able to figure out the difference of a good online friendship and one that is kind of harming you. Because as a kid, I kind of didn't really register what was a bad friendship online and what was a good one because I didn't really have a lot of friends. So I was like, okay, cool. You're just talking to me and we're friends and this is great and it's wonderful. And I didn't really question if there was anything wrong about the way that we hung out and we talked about things or whatever. And I think it's kind of harder to figure that out online than in real life. I feel it's easier to see when your friend is bad in real life sometimes because you can just read that energy a little bit better, in my opinion. And it's a little bit harder sometimes when you're online because there's so much of their life that you're not actively seeing and you're not a part of. That if they're a bad friend for you, you might not register it until months and months later or maybe years later when you find out information from a third party or something else like that, which is not cool. It's so funny because I remember when Babu calls me, I'll let it ring a little longer than necessary because I love the ringtone I have for her. That's true. Tony has the One Piece, the Binks. What's the song? The song that Brooke sings. The one that everyone knows. That one for his ringtone for me. Sky, hello, Kale. How's it going? That's what you do IRL than online, yeah. So it's a little bit harder. I feel it's always a thing of a point of contention in the VTubing sphere where it's oh, these people were bad friends to me and I find out years later, and it kind of it's very unfortunate because I think not a lot of people are able to point out when someone's a bad person online to them because a lot of time it's done very secretly and they're talking behind your back to somebody else or they're lying about things to you, and it's it's hard to figure that out because I think in person it's easier. You can always see. Hello, Citricals. Welcome. Can my mods give a shout out? Hi. Hi, Key Snakes Online. Yes. Hi, Citricals. How's it going? Welcome. Hi. I gotta fix my Streamlabs. It keeps on doing that. Thank you for subbing for 30 months. Wowza. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. 30 months is crazy. Look at 30 months. Hello, everyone. Welcome in from Citrical Stream. Everyone from, well, Citrical's including everyone from stream. Take care of yourself. Get some food, water, rest. Do what you gotta do after your stream. Take care of yourself. You guys are welcome to hang out with me if you want to. If you don't want to, that's also okay. You feel free to enjoy your Monday however, whatever, doing whatever you want. I have not slept. I hate graveyard shifts. Oh, God. When are you gonna sleep, man? Are you okay? Do you have another graveyard shift today? I hope not. I sincerely hope not. I die. Twitch emotes die? True. When I die, please no. Please no. Good. During athletics, I apparently have a new record of weighted leg machine. Nice. Cool. No, I don't. Okay, good. Are you gonna sleep today then? Please say yes. Please say you'll take care of yourself today. Wait, Citricos, we're talking about your favorite topic. People who are not good online. I was talking about how it's harder to tell when someone online is a bad person or a bad friend to you. Because you can't really, you know, in real life people will lie and like you'll find out pretty easily, but online, people lying and talking behind you and being a bad person is a lot harder to figure out as opposed to doing it like in person. How's it going? Hope your stream was good though. What'd you guys do though? Do you know? Do you want to tell me what you guys were up to? For stream content? Yeah. I don't know. It's unfortunate though, because I feel like at least well, it's very not. How am I gonna say this? I'm very fortunate to have not dealt with people who are bad and not great friends to me. But it's very unfortunate that people have. It's a very common issue that I've heard from many streamers that they like have friends that are liars and they like, you know, aren't great and aren't nice. Yeah, people who aren't good people online just really upset me with blunt jerks like me. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think it's rather to be blunt and honest than not, though, in my opinion. I don't know why this head doesn't look right. Can I, like, turn you around a little bit, maybe? I feel like overall, for myself, I think I'm pretty good reading people. I mean, maybe I'm a liar, but I feel like I'm pretty good with reading people in terms of them being a good or bad person. Most of the time, I'm decent. I'd be like, oh, okay, I get like a bad energy from someone or whatever. Obviously that's not always like foolproof, and I think a lot of that might be also like projection or might be like, you know, whatever, but I feel like most like 9 out of 10 times I'm okay. Like I'm a good judge of character. It's like be blunt and be honest and shady people get scared off. I guess so. You are the vibe check. I would like to say I'm pretty good reading people. I don't know. Maybe I'm not, or maybe whatever. Or maybe I'm what's the word? I'm overly confident in that, but I feel like overall, I get a good read on how someone is going to be in general and how I feel like I'm going to interact with them and if I like them or not. You do not give bad energy. Citricos, like, the first thing ever that, the first interaction me and Citricos had a long, long time ago, and it's funny because you're the only one that I remember very clearly, is that you asked me, if I'm if I'm insane, because I never take a break, and that my work ethic is crazy. And that I'm an Energizer bunny was like the first couple like interaction we had ever. And I remember because it was such a funny thing that anyone's ever told me before, and I was like, huh. Also enjoy your lurk, Kale. Enjoy your lurk. But yeah, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character. I might maybe I'm too biased towards myself, but I think I am. I feel like anyone that I've ever befriended has never really steered me wrong in my adult life, I would say. When I was younger, it'd be very different. But as an adult now, I feel like I can pick my friends a lot better than I used to. Which I think is part of life. I think you don't always know what a good friend is going to be until you actually, like, get used to learning people and their, you know, existence as a whole. When you're younger, I feel like, at least I was much more blatantly open to trusting people and assuming the best of them. And I still, as an adult, want to assume the best of people. But I don't really give them that same benefit of the doubt as much. I'm a little bit more quick to assume someone is a bad person if I just get a wrong energy off of them, which, I don't know, maybe is unfair to some people if they have, like, bad first impressions. I had this, like, talk with a friend of mine a while ago where, like, because he was saying how he's someone who, like, he prefers their lasting impression as opposed to their first impression. I am so much more keen on someone's first impression than their last impression. Like, I will only be able to remember someone as how I first met them. So, like, if the energy you gave me when you first meet me is that energy, I will always remember that as opposed to, like, you know, how you might change over time a little bit. obviously I'm not gonna judge someone, like fully. I won't give them like whatever. But I mean, like in general, in like a passing conversation, or like if I'm meeting someone for the first time, or like whatever, that initial interaction I'll have with somebody is how I will tend to see them for the rest of me knowing them. So like, not that I would like overly judge somebody, but if I feel like someone's energy is a bit weird when I first meet them, I'm gonna keep note of that, and I'll remember that as time goes on. What was my first impression? When I first met you online, you were a little bit different than I first. I thought I remember that we got along pretty well, like pretty quickly. I felt like we had a good energy in terms of like talking back and forth and interacting. So I wasn't like super concerned. I mean, to be fair, once again, I tell this every time we talk about it. I thought you weren't a real person because you had an AI picture in your first profile picture initially, and I was like, "Are you like a bot?" And then I found out that you were like you were not aware and that you were getting art done at that moment. Row past the sky vibe check. Yeah, I was a wet cat. Yeah, you are a wet cat. It's okay, Kazuo. You are a sweet wet cat. It's all right. You it's with love. It's okay. You are a wet cat that is trying your gosh darn best, and I appreciate that. I mean, to be fair, you definitely are a lot more. You are less wet cat than you used to be, which is good. I'm glad that you are a little bit more dry of a kitty. You are getting there. You are not as scrunkly as you were. Am I actually? I think so. I mean, I remember like our biggest thing I had like a point of contingence. Is that the word I'm looking for? The biggest issue I had with how you interacted was that you were always super like down on yourself about like a lot of things for art and everything. And I was like, you gotta stop doing that. That was like your most wet cat kind of personality trait. It was always being super negative about the things you made. And that has been a big improvement for you. And so I was very happy to see that. The sky check was passed. Yeah. He selects tuna, so still cat nonetheless. Yeah, very true. You are still a tuna lover, so you are still cat nonetheless. But yeah. It is a big thing that I mean, to be fair, because I've also kind of I pointed out and I was very what's it called? Harsh? Not harsh. I was very specific about it with you because I know that I had that issue a lot where I used to talk about my art very poorly, and I would in general everything in my life I would be very negative with the language that I used. And I am a very, very firm believer that language very much impacts your actual health mentally. And so I made a very conscious effort to stop speaking negatively about myself and my art, and I try to use kinder and softer words on myself. Because it's a very, very big benefit to you if you are a little bit kinder to yourself, because like, it's what's replaying in your brain a bunch. So if you're constantly negative to yourself, it's not going to get you anywhere in terms of being, like more positive and getting improvement in your life. So like that was a very big part where I'm like, I have to change my language because it's harmful to me. And so whenever I notice it in other people, I'm like, you should also change your language because it's better for you to be kinder to yourself. Also, this head is still too tilted. I'm going to keep on tilting you over. Well, thank you for the care packet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Everyone also take care of yourself. Well, get some tea, coffee, water, hydrate, sip straight, and stretch if you're able to as well. Thank you, Scarlett. Water. Hi, is that? Oh, let me get a good stretch in. Goodness. And let me try to sit up straight. You can always fake it till you make it too. Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing with confidence as well. Well, I feel like I'm definitely not like fully super confident as a human being. I feel less self-deprecating and a little bit better in terms of my confidence than I used to be. Because like a very big part of it is just changing your language. Yeah, I'm the exactly. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. I see my improvements and what I need to work on now art-wise. That's good. I also think to an extent, like very objectively, it's good to look at your art in like the lens of like what can you do to improve as opposed to what looks bad. Because like I think framing like, oh, like what can I improve on as opposed to, oh, what am I bad at is a little bit better, because I think negative language is just not helpful, reframing things is really nice. I think language is important. Perspective. True. Perspective is hard. I have an issue with perspective anyways. I suck at perspective. I have to use 3D models for it, so there's always gonna be things that are hard to do. I really should work on my perspective a bit more anyways, even without 3D models, but I feel like no matter what I do, it might be difficult for me to understand regardless. Because my brain can't process the information properly. So, real, yeah. Perspective's hard. Anyone who likes perspective, I'm scared of. Because I don't understand how their brain works, and I wish I knew how it worked, because, man oh man, using 3D models for perspective, it's wonderful! Like, my background, hold on, let me show you. Where is it? Like, this guy over here, he was made out of 3D models. Oh wow, there we go. I sit here. This is 3D modeled stuff that I drew on top of and I rendered and everything. And then this one's also a 3D model that I rendered and I did everything in. So like everything here has been like 3D modeled. Because I straight up cannot do it without like an actual like reference physically to see. And 3D models are my best friend. Also, am I like laggy? I don't know if I'm laggy or not. Goated? Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? If you know you suck at something, you should always find ways to make it easier for yourself. And if it's like, obviously improvement's very important, but if you find a shortcut that makes it easier, do the shortcut. I've had this stance forever, and I think I've definitely mentioned it on stream before. But if you know something that like makes it easier for you, might as well. That's why people who use like 3D models for like posing for for anime art or whatever. It's reasonable, because you know what, if you know you have a hard time with something in art and like you are probably actively working on it on your own, you are allowed to use things that make it a little bit easier. Nothing wrong with that. It's not cheating, it's literally a tool you can use. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like people are scared of like, also I was talking about this with a friend the other day. We were talking about how like, especially nowadays with the internet and social media, if you are bad at something, you will get like crucified. And it sucks, because back when I was a kid, there wasn't a big like widespread internet thing, and like the place that I used to post art was like on Tumblr. And like, if you were bad at something, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You know, it doesn't really matter. But like now, if you're bad at something, everyone is mean to you. And it's like, that's not very fair. That's not fair. If you're bad at something, let you be bad. It's fine. You're learning. You can get better over time. It's okay if you're not the best. But people now online, if you're not good right out the gate, you deserve no kindness, no praise. I'm like, that's so mean. Like, I can't imagine like being an artist now, like just getting into art and trying to like, you know, post online because you just want to for once in your life. But, oh, like, you know, I want to share my art. And it's like, you get like railed immediately, like everyone is mean to you immediately. I'm like, that's not very. I saw like an art, I saw like a TikTok or a reel or something, like a short form content video of someone posting their art, and it was clearly drawn by someone who was much younger, and they were learning how to draw, and it's not that big of a deal, right? The comments were so mean. They were so mean, and I'm like, this is not fair. Like, this is not fair. The tears are gonna start. What happened, Bapu? Oh, is this Final Fantasy again? Is that what happened? Oh, I'm sorry, Babu. You have to be bad to get good. Exactly. That's terrible. It is terrible. So hi, Venus. How's it going? I feel it feels like it's usually more niche things where the communities are more welcoming and willing to help you learn. True. Yeah. I saw someone on Twitter degrade someone's art on AO3 for their. Oh, I saw that. That's always been a thing, by the way. I'm pretty sure you've always been able to add pictures. Like even when I was younger and I used to read fanfiction, and you've always been able to. And anyways, I saw that. I was very upset about that. I was like, that's so mean. I understand that, like, I've never used AO3. That's fair. That's been a thing for a while. You can always do that before, but regardless. I think, like, well, I personally have never really, like, found it desirable to degrade someone's art or whatever. I think if people want to have their opinions on someone else's art, that's whatever. You can do that. Doing that on, like, someone else's actual, like publicly shaming them on a public platform is really rude. And it's like, that's just unnecessary. Like, what do you mean speedrunners will just VOD review your 2-hour run for free and just to help you get better? Aw, that's really nice. People need to get off their high horses for real. Yeah, people are rude. And like, I don't know. I just think that people need to have space for people being bad at something for a little bit. Because it doesn't help if you're like, I don't know. The art scene, especially now, it's so unfortunate too, because like there's so many more tools to help you learn, and there's so many more people to like have like information for you now than it used to be. that like it's such a double-edged sword where there's like more eyes on art, but people also kind of are a lot meaner and kind of just evil. And it's just like, man, it's like people lack manners nowadays. They do for sure. People lack a lot of manners. I think the idea of like doing unto others as you would want done unto you is just not real anymore. I feel like people don't people forget that's a thing. Like you should be a good person to other people because you don't want someone to be mean to you. And even then, I still like feel like just in general, even if someone is mean to me, it doesn't really matter that much. I'm like, okay, cool. I want to still be a kind person because I think that's a reasonable thing to want to be is a kind human being. But whatever. I don't know. But yeah, because we were talking about how like, you know, my friend was like, oh yeah, like isn't the art community so much like more accepting of people learning and like being new? And I'm like, yeah, when I was a kid, yeah, people were a lot nicer to you if you were learning, but now people are mean even if you're just like starting out something. Speedrunning is cool, by the way, uni. Sorry, not uni, Zhao. I watch a lot of speedrunners actually in my free time because I think they're fun and cool. I would never be a speedrunner in my life. I'm not good at games like that, but it's cool to watch people who are very good at games speedrun. I'm a big fan of speedrunners. It is like probably a good chunk of the content I watch offline is like, well, in my free time is speedrunning videos and stuff. I think they are cool and fun, and I wish I understood them. Watching speedrunners is satisfying. It is. It's very satisfying. Also, ads are gonna start in like 2 minutes. So if you want to go get a snack or use a bathroom or eat or drink water or make a cup of tea, go do that. Yeah, speedrunners are very cool. I remember for a good chunk of time, I kind of was like, what if I learned how to speedrun something? And then when I like looked into like all the work that goes into it, I was like, oh no, this is not for me actually. I'll just enjoy the content. I don't think I can do that. It's scary. I feel like, yeah, it's hard. Like, frame perfect inputs? I'm sorry, what? I can't even do, like, a normal input for things sometimes, so, like, combos or whatever. My brain doesn't know how to do that. Crazy. Going into Silksong, I was thinking that I'd be awesome to speedrun, then I saw the run, Spooky. I'm not gonna lie to you. The idea of someone speedrunning Silksong seems so terrifying, because, like, how do you do that? That game is terrifying on its own, if someone doing it, like, a normal pace. I can't imagine a speedrun of it. Like, I can't even, like, think mentally what that would look like. I'll have to watch someone speedrun it, though, because I'm very curious. I do need to see, like, a lore video at some point, surely. The running thing is super close to an hour. It's an hour? Someone can beat Silksong in an hour? Are they okay? That's insane. How? Wait, how? With all the boss fight, like, do you just, like, not get any extra, like level ups or anything? You just go try to beat them, the last section of, like, Act 2? That's... Sub 1 hour looks crazy doable, too. The run isn't perfected yet. Oh my god. Jeez. That's, like, scary, but also very admirable. I need to defrost myself? Oh. In what sense? Why do you need to... Why? What happened? Why are we defrosting? Is it cold? Are you cold? I'm so happy I can make side profiles that I like and I won't hate myself over. Yippee! Progress! We love progress. As always exciting. Yippee. Side profiles are hard. The sky should be purple. I don't know. I mean, the sky sometimes is purple. If it's like sunset time. It's so yummy I want to eat my own art. Yippee! I'm happy for you. Eat own art. Yeah. Sunset. I haven't seen a sunset actually in real life in a minute. Like, in terms of going somewhere and, like, looking at the sunset and, like, a pretty area. I've not gone somewhere nice. Do you know daylight savings happened 20 days ago? I just found out. Huh? No. It happens, like, November. Or in October, doesn't it? That's not real. No. Might taste like blueberries? I don't like blueberries, but I think someone will. Blueberries are always good. Yeah. If you don't like your own art, someone will always like it. It's in November? Yeah, it's normally November, October. Are you okay, Venus? Did something happen? you good? Venus, are you okay? Are we, is this a bit? Are you alright though? Is this genuine? Are you doing a bit? Are you okay? Girl? Girl, are we alright? Wait, then why is it getting dark earlier? Because it's autumn time? This isn't a bit? Okay, girl. Yeah, no, it's not. Daylight savings did not happen. It's just because it's getting up to winter now soon, so the sun's setting later and later. Sorry, setting earlier and earlier. That's just part of it. No, it did not happen yet. I'm sorry to say no. It is. Goodness gracious. I'm so sorry. Girl, it's okay. You know what? That happens sometimes. Yeah, daylight savings is in November. You poor thing. I'm crashing out. Yeah. Not having school as a signifier really makes you lose track of time. It does. I honestly, a lot of times, because I'm at a university and I don't have a normal job, right? I do freelance, right? Any semblance of having a real schedule is not really there. And I don't keep track of my days. Truly streaming is what helps me keep track of days, because I'm like, oh, I stream on these or I don't stream on these days. That's insane. Why can't we ban daylight savings? Didn't we try to? Didn't for like a little bit, didn't the US attempt to try to ban it or something, or some states tried to? I'm not super certain, but I'm pretty sure. Sorry, man, my voice is dying. Okay, yeah, tomorrow might be a day off for sure. Oh, goodness. But yeah. Probably my state vote to get rid of it, daylight savings, but we're still waiting for it to go into effect. Some places don't observe daylight savings. Yeah. I know Arizona doesn't do it. Yeah. I know, so like some states definitely are like no daylight savings, which I think is how do you do that? Because like conceptually, if you as a worker, let's say work in Arizona, but like your company is based in I don't know, like California, and you have a meeting at like 7 o'clock or whatever, and it's daylight savings, what do you just have to still abide by that time? Like, is it just like, does it matter? Is it like like I feel like everyone has to stick to one certain type of scheduling, as opposed to like I know we do time zones, and that's fine, but I feel like when it comes to like that like weird hour change, it just seems strange. I don't know. I also agree that we shouldn't have daylight savings. I don't think it's a necessary thing anymore, but you know. Speaking of how is freelance life work treating you? I just graduated in June. It's rough out there right now. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. No, I can answer asking about freelancing. It's not bad. Okay. It depends, right? Like if you are someone who's very good at scheduling yourself and knowing how much work you can take on and knowing how much money you need to make every month, it's not bad, right? I know how much income I have to make per month. I know what my rent's like. I know what my utilities are like. I know what I have to buy for groceries, whatever. So I keep track of all my money and I know how much I have to come in and you know, whatever. So for finances, I'm aware of how much money I need to make per month, right? The thing is, the only issue is that like you have to be aware of how much you can handle work-wise and how much to price things. I'm fine because I can take on a lot of work and I can meet my deadlines and I can make enough money per month because of how much commissions I can take on per month, right? Like I can make the money I need because I can take on that much work. If you feel like as an artist or whatever you're like as a creative person, if you feel like you cannot take on that much work per month to meet the needs you need to meet, you probably should get like a supplementary, or what is it, a secondary job or a second like a part-time thing or whatever you can do to help ease whatever work you might be doing. The animation and the art industry in general is really rough right now, and I mean to be fair, everywhere in the work and job market is rough. But if you are like trying to go into the freelancing as a creative person, it is like you have to be aware of how much you can do work-wise. I'm fine because I know how much I can do and it matches the amount of money I need to meet. I am fine freelancing-wise because I know how much money I need to make and my abilities as a human being physically making art meets that amount of money, right? Like I can do that work in a month. If you cannot do that much amount of work in a month, it is not really worth it. You might as well look for something that can actually like stabilize at least some of your incomes and then like do commissions on the side as like an additional thing you can do. It works fine for me because I mean, I've been doing freelancing since I was 13. So I've had many years doing it. It's been over a decade that I've been doing commissions. So I know how to work around it. I know how I can, I know how to do the work that I need to do for it, right? Oh, I keep on clicking long buttons. Where's my buttons? But yeah. I also think that if you are at the moment out of a job and are like, man, I need to make money, and you maybe don't want to do freelancing, my best advice would be getting to like the quote unquote passive income part of art, where you like make like pay to use things, right? So people who make like badges or like free like pay to use like overlays and assets and things like that, like things of that nature where someone can buy something that you've already made and it just can like happen every month for yourself. That would be a good option if you feel like you cannot take on commissions, but you can put out like, you know, throwaway like sticker designs and things like Redbubble and like what is the other ones? Like it's Redbubble and there's someone else, you know what I mean? If you can make designs that people will buy for like cards and t-shirts and like stickers, and you can do that consistently, then you might do that instead because you can still make money that way and it's not killing yourself by doing commissions. I'm not gonna lie to you, there has been a month in my life where I've taken on 70 commissions in a singular month. So like, if you know what I mean, like I know that I can do that, right? If you don't think you can do that, do things that are able within the realm of your own abilities, right? Making prints, making cards, making like free like very simple like designs that people will buy on a t-shirt or buy on a card or buy on a mug or like whatever. Do that instead, because that'll be something you can consistently do without trying to kill yourself in the process, right? And so it's a lot of balancing and thinking about like what can you do and manage as a human being. Best have sticky notes for everyone's time zone and daylight saving observations. Very true. That's a bit of a pain though. I love saving the daylight change from dying by daylight. So true, Babu. You gotta stop playing that game. It's infecting your brain too much. Yum, 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 yum. Freelancing was okay, yeah. Apparently one of the worst hit groups right now of apparently one of the worst hit groups right now is recent college grads, so yeah, unfortunately is the case. Yeah. I love freelancing, right? I think it's great for me. There are many times in my life, as a general advice, I would say, that you never stop working as a freelancer. And that is unfortunately the truth. I mentioned previously that like for the first time in my 13 years of, well, not 13 years, how long is it? Hold on, so 13 and I'm 24 now, 11 years of doing commissions, I legitimately, for the first time, have started giving myself weekends. So I don't do any commission work on my weekends now. So you work all the time. Like if you do commissions enough that you want to support yourself, you work all the time. You do it constantly. You're all like, my brain's like, oh, I have clients to respond to, I have clients I need to like get back to, I have this to do, I have to, you know, do all that stuff, right? And that's like where my brain is constantly going at. So if, you know, you have to be like, okay, cool, I'm okay with giving up a lot of this, like, a lot of my time to work on doing art and, you know, doing clients and being a business person, basically. I want to freelance since I like working on my stuff, but demand is slowing down. Yeah, that's fair. I think your best bet when it comes to demand and advertising yourself as a commission, as a client, as an artist, is finding, oh man, it's a bit difficult, right? So when I first started doing art, like in terms of like more actively as like an adult, my clientele was a lot of Genshin artists, like Genshin players, because I drew a lot of Genshin fan art, and so people found me that way. And I used to do a lot. I basically drew a lot of people's like Genshin OCs and like characters like interacting with other Genshin characters, and so I found my clientele base that way, right? And from there, I reached out and I branched out and I met more people for different art and everything like that. So, sometimes it's like it's important to be able to like find like a base of people who will always want art from you. And it's normally like art from like, oh, like people will want art from a game or a community or like Yume art, like Yume shipping is very, very common. So people like figuring out what your like D&D art, people, if you are really good doing D&D characters, that's your clientele. So go into like Reddits, go into like communities, go into like, you know, Twitter like groups or Blue Sky groups or wherever. Find people who are in that community and then post your art there, be active in there, constantly connect with those people instead, because that's who's going to be buying your art, right? And then like finding where you market yourself best, right? That's why a lot of VTubers are like great clients, because VTubing is a very constant big thing, and as an artist, people will always want art in VTubing, right? So it's, I don't want to say safe, but it's a very like easy to understand why so many artists like congregate in the VTubing sphere, because they are always wanting art, right? So if you know like what clientele works best with your art style, go for that area. Go work there. Go be in that space, you know? Also, your question as to do you need a license to sell things and do commissions online? No, you do not. Not even for Etsy. You don't need a license for any of art. The only time that someone would suggest maybe getting a license would be like getting an LLC to market yourself and brand yourself if you're in a company. Like if you want to be like, oh, I want to start selling, like I want to have a name and have a brand and exist as a company and maybe like write off some like things that's like tax write-offs and whatever, like a business expense, then yes, get an LLC, become a personal business and then like whatever, right? But you don't need a license or anything to do art. You know, you're fine to sell commissions. It's whatever. Also, my other advice would be that if you feel like you can pump out really good fan art, maybe look into vending for conventions. I don't do it because I don't do a lot of fan art, and I don't think my art, personally, is at a point where I would be able to vend it. But if you think that you can pump out merchandise, talk to like, manufacturers, get them out there, I would suggest maybe looking into doing that. Maybe looking into going to conventions, local ones, small ones, big ones, even art pop-ups, like markets, whatever. Do that if you are having a hard time with money. Because if you know, and I'm gonna give maybe like not the best and the nice advice ever, if your art's not commercial, maybe reconsider it. If you know that your art has a specific niche and that people will like to buy your art, then it's fine. But if you think that you have no niche and your art maybe not be as marketable in a commercial setting, not the best route to go down. Because having unique art is really good if you are building a fan base, right? If you're building people who are consuming your art, and then you can be like, cool, my unique art style is getting a lot of people there and coming, and there's already people who want to buy my art. Then you can go to vend and you can go to conventions, you can go to things because people already know your art. If you are a new artist who is trying to vend somewhere and your art is maybe not of the most commercial type of art, you may not make back the money you want to put into it, which sucks. So if you are already aware that your art might not be the most, like, everyone's gonna want it, it's gonna be tougher to go to a convention or go to somewhere and sell your art, Obviously, that's not saying don't do it. I think it's good as an experience, and you should if you want to. I'm not be like, no, don't do it. But it's like, just be aware that the possibility that it might not be as marketable as you would like it to be. Which again, depends on how you feel about that. Does it matter? There's always gonna be a chance that people are gonna love your art no matter what, and it's gonna be fine. But it's good to keep your brain in that space of like, okay, it's not because I'm bad at art that people aren't buying it. It's that maybe I'm not in the right space for it, and that's fine. Maybe a different convention, maybe a different area, maybe a different event might be better for me, But yeah, there's definitely like plentiful, many ways to find ways to make art, or make money from art. Also, hi Arthur. Hi. Can my mods give a shout out? Welcome. Hello Arthur. How was your stream? How was it going? What you guys got up to today? What you do for a stream today? Welcome. Hi. Hello. Also, please take care of yourself, Arthur, after your stream. Get some food, water, rest up, do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself. Hi. Thank you, mods, for shout out. Shirt art co-working stream? Nice! Art time. Did you get some good artwork done? Did you get some good progress done on what you had to do? Ooh, art for a video. Fun! That's exciting. We were just talking about art and art as a money thing and how to make money from art. I got about halfway. Nice! I can DM you some of it in a sec. Yeah, sure. Go for it. The idea of being a live stream artist is so tantalizing, but I'm scared of all the layers. Very reasonable thing to be scared of. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very, very reasonable thing to be scared of. There's a lot of stuff. For live 2D art. I think starting out small, like making a chibi model would be super easy, like a super simple chibi model, like, I don't know, like a comfy outfit, and figuring that out and getting those layers set up and then understanding how that works. And I think also understanding why you need to separate certain layers is really good. Like if you understand, oh, like this needs to be separated because I have to be able to move this way and that way, it's good to know that, right? So doing it by like actually doing it yourself and figuring it out, then you can like, understand more about a bigger project in terms of separating that up on your own. Also, everyone for Arthur stream, guys are welcome to hang out with me if you want to. If you want to skedaddle and get food or rest, do whatever you gotta do, feel free to as well. It is all okay. Do you have any advice for like advertising stuff on social for commissions? Ooh, advertising. Two things. One, fan art is your best friend, unfortunately. If you have a hard time with getting clients and you are only ever doing original art and you feel like you're not hitting any marks, might be a good idea to look into doing some fan art for somebody or anywhere just to get your name out there a little bit more. Kind of sucks that it's the way it is, but it's kind of true. It's a genuine thing. Other thing is looking for like groups to go to. Like there's plenty of Reddit groups. There's actually a lot of like VGen commission things where like you can go into VGen's actual like Discord group and put in your like Discord there, or like put in your not your Discord, put in your VGen or your commission site there. There are like kind of like unfortunately like kind of pushing yourself in every way that you can for art would be the best way you can do it. In terms of posting on social media in general, raffles are a great way to get people's names out there, you know what I mean? Like putting a raffle like, oh, I want what's the word? Examples of this one commission I'm doing. Like I'll do this for like, you know, like for free for a little bit and like try to get your name out there and get engagement that way. Yeah. I would say like unfortunately you have to work the system a little bit and be annoyingly engagement baity, and it kind of sucks, but like it does work. Like you have to play like, you know, the whole like don't hate the player, hate the system type of thing, or the game. You have to kind of play it a little bit. You have to do it the way it wants you to do it. So unfortunately, yes, you may have to be a little bit cringy and do the dumb things, but if it gets you more attention and more traction for your art and your work and your livelihood, then you know, it gotta bite the bullet, gotta do it a little bit. There's definitely a weird area in career advice between encouragement and being pragmatic. Yes. I took a break from tweeting for like 2 months. I'm suffering. Oh dear. Sent you art? Yippee, I'll look at it in a second. Hold on. Let me see. I'm drawing Makan. Yeah, I am. Don't self-deprecate when you're trying to market yourself. I see a lot of people do this, and it's not a good move marketing-wise. Very true. Engagement stuff like those art mood OC posts are good for algorithm too. I found tons of great artists from posts of that and comment a few. Yeah. Let me see your art there. Hold on. Oh, cute. Is this for peak? Question mark. Cute. Cute. Is it a peak video you're making? Oh, that makes sense? Yeah. Fan art always makes sense since it's IP most people know. Yes. It is very much that way, yeah. Fan art's a great way to get your name out there. I'm sorry I'm not drawing enough right now. We are just chatting, and we kind of like got on a very like topic that I guess I have a lot of mental notes in because I you know, I am freelancing, and it is kind of like a big part of my life, so I'm happy to give advice and talk about it a little bit because it's important that if you want to make art as a thing for yourself, and obviously maybe it's not your first choice because like again the art industry kind of sucks right now, so you have to maybe figure out what is best for you. But yeah. Wait, you're an artist? No. No. I'm not. What are you talking about? That's not me. I'm not an artist. What? You do art? No. What? No, I don't. What do you mean? No, I don't. No, I don't. What's art? I don't know art. Crazy. Wait, Sky draws? So on occasion. Yeah. Anyway. I never noticed. I don't know what art is. I don't even have a drawing tablet. This is not real. You're in a hallucination. I'm not real. We're not real. Nothing's real. Not real. Can't believe it's not butter. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's hard. But I do think like trying to push yourself in a place that you can get into is a good place. When you take our pills, yeah, everyone gotta take your pills, guys. Come on. Mr. Obama, is that you? Anyone there? You're not real, not real. But yeah, I think in terms of also I will be honest with you. If you don't already have VGen, and I know this may be because like I'm on there, and so maybe I'm a little bit more whatever about it. It is generally very, very helpful. The amount of times that I had to spend a lot of my extra time and effort in life having to make things to advertise my commissions on, kind of sucked, right? And VGen has, at least for me, boosted my profile enough that I don't really have to do as much advertisement work in terms of commission stuff. If you don't have one, would really suggest having one. I would say people who have very, very big followings can do fine without VGen. If you are like me, you don't have a super big following on anything, really. I mean, I used to on Instagram, but I don't really exist on there anymore, so it doesn't matter. If you don't have one now, you know what I mean? It's great. VGen is so good. As an artist who doesn't get much comes there, it's still really great. I highly suggest it. Also is amazing as a customer. I've heard it's pretty good as a customer as well. But yeah. I spend much less time outside of my commission time having to make videos about like, hey, like I have commissions open and making advertisements and everything. So, yeah, But I will say also Reddit's actually a very good place. I don't do it myself, but there was a time where I wanted to get more into doing D&D art for people, and I saw there's like very big communities on Reddit that are like D&D artists or like D&D like people looking for art for their like their campaign or their characters or their, like whatever. There's a decent amount of people who like go to Reddit for stuff. So like that might be an option to like look at Reddit communities and look for where you can maybe put art into and whatever. So yeah. Easy both ways, super versatile. I love it. Yeah. I've actually never commissioned anyone on VGen before or anyone in general, so I'm not super familiar with the setup of it. But from what I've heard, people seem to share that sentiment that it's very nice for being an artist and also a art what's the word? Also a consumer. Yeah. Yeah. I love VGen. VGen's great. VGen, my beloved. I used to use like card for my commissions, and while it was definitely helpful for the time that I had it, it is also a lot of work to get like looking nice and people want to actually visit and readable and everything. So having a dedicated website for people to like look at is so much nicer. I did for a while keep my card up just because I'm like, oh maybe, but I was like, no, it's just easier to like obviously VGen, there's fees that are associated with it, and there's fees that are associated with any website that you use, but I think it's worth it because at least for me, I get enough feedback, I get enough interest back into my commissions that I'm like, I make enough money that I don't have to worry as much about, the amount of fees that they take out of my money. Does it suck? Yeah, it does. But like, it's a pros and cons list for everything that you do in life, you know what I mean? Time, effort, and money? Yeah, for sure. Time, effort, our money. If I don't have to spend much time and effort trying to make things and I just have to spend that money in terms of like having them host my stuff, that's fine. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. It's okay. I love commissioning Sky, Boni, and VGen for beautiful Delulu art. True. My biggest, like, I love that. Some of my, like, most, like, returning clients are people who do Yume shipping, right? Where they'll like, be like, can you draw me? And the one I had recently was, like, Chilchuck. And I was like, yeah, I'll draw you and Chilchuck together. That's fine. That's great, actually. I love that for you, and I'm so happy to draw him. So, it's great. It's so funny and it's so great. Oh god, I zoomed in by accident. I didn't mean to zoom in. No zooming in. Oh, someone asked for thumbnail comms. Girl, that's so sweet. Sure. That's crazy. That's so sweet. Someone actually wants... For real? From me? I don't know if my thumbnails are that nice, but thanks. That's really sweet. That's nice of them. Huh. Okay, I'll reply that off the stream, sorry. I shouldn't be on social media while I'm on stream. My bad, guys. Sorry. Why was I on here? I forgot what I was looking for again. What was I looking for just now? Anyways, was it VGen? It was something else I was looking at, but I forgot. Anyways. Shows like my beloved weight. Yeah, it's very funny. Your thumbnails are amazing. What do you mean? Thanks. I appreciate that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not like the best with them yet right now. I try my best to make them look pretty and cool and fun, but it's like, is hard a little bit. I remember when I commissioned Sky for Navy art. I love that piece. Oh, I'm glad you like it. That makes me happy to hear. And then say I recognize this song from Genshin. I looked at the bottom left. Yes. I use a playlist that has a bunch of like game music because it's, royalty free DMCA free. Is there a difference between DMCA and then royalty free? Are they the same thing? Is it different? I don't know. I don't actually know if they're like what each thing means. You know what? I'm sorry, Mika. This is my warm-up piece. I'm not the best right now, but that's okay. I'll put you in a folder for now. Bonk. Yoink. Wait, I saw... That's what I was looking for. This one. Yoink. I had a dream you became super, super famous and there was so much Navy art and it was so beautiful. That is so funny. That's so funny. Wait, that's hilarious. I love that for you. I love how your brain works. You know what, Kazuo? I hope that for your sake, I become super, super famous so that you do get so much Nibby art in your future. I hope that is the case because that's, you know what? That is so pure. It is so genuine and so pure. That is hilarious. For a reference for anyone who doesn't know, I feel like most of you guys know, Nibby's a character that I have that Cosmo loves. Okay, it's bedtime for me. Have a good rest of your stream. Sky, thank you. Have a good rest of your evening. Have good EPs. Have good EPs. Sky is so pretty. Thank you. DMC just refers to the copyright law. Companies can choose if they want to react if you're using the stuff, either claiming part or all their income and forcing it to be muted or taking down the video. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. I gotcha. Also, yeah, if anybody wants to sleep or go rest, feel free to sleep or, you know, get food, rest up, do what you gotta do. I know my streams are later than it used to be. But, you know, you can sleep and hang out with me. People do that all the time. Plenty of people use my streams to go to sleep, so, you know, you're free to hang out if you want to. Love, worship, my god, devil, demon, lovely, beautiful, amazing set of pixels. So true. Royalty free means the artist producer is especially like, yeah, you can use this and we won't file claims. Oh, okay. Yeah, very cozy voice for sleeping. Aw, thank you. You are so kind to me, Zeus. You are so kind to me. I don't know why you are so kind to me, but I appreciate it. I'm glad you think my voice is cozy enough for sleeping. That's nice. I appreciate that. Streaming has definitely made me get more used to my voice being a real thing that exists in the world. Because you're lovely and fun. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Other copyright holders are just all over the place with how they react. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Good to know. What kind of little pose do I want to do? I don't know. I'm watching you all sick in bed. Your definition cozy vibes. Aw, thank you. Oh, I'm also sorry that you're sick. I think you might have mentioned earlier, but either way, I'm so sorry that you're sick. Aw. Everyone is sick. I'm so sorry. The changing of seasons does get a lot of people, huh? Well, I do hope you're getting enough rest, though. Please take care of yourself. What do I do with this pose? We'll just do like that. I'm sick in bed drawing Niving Kazuo comic, watching your stream. Nice. Accidental 3 people like, no, how could you do this? I'm not gonna lie. I get so unreasonably mad when someone is sick and they come see me. I'm like, no. Go home. If you are sick, we're not hanging out. If you are sick, go home. 1, for your own health, because I care about you and I want you to feel better. 2, I don't want to get sick. So go home. The only person I ever will probably have any acceptance of is my partner. Like, if Kay was sick, it doesn't matter. But anybody else in the world, do not come see me when you are sick. Do not do that. My friend, one of my IRL friends has this issue where they constantly, whenever they are sick, will still come hang out. And I'm like, no. If you're sick, leave. Do not come to the dinner if you are feeling gross and ill. Go home, feel better, rest up, and then we can hang out again when you're done. Do not come hang out with me when you are sick. I do not want to go get dinner with you when you feel ill. Generally, Kay is the only person that would be fine with. That's whatever. I don't care. That's a fully different situation. I'm not letting a friend of mine come visit me when they are sick. I will kill you. You gotta go home. You are not doing that. Not at all. I'm sick of being pushed aside. I'm sorry, Bob, but one day there'll be someone who won't push you aside. It's okay. Bullying the streamer culture is wacky and parasocial. Oh, what a take. That's true, though. That's true. That's true. I would say that for me, as someone who, I don't really care about getting bullied on stream. It doesn't really bother me. It's whatever. It's in the nice way like possible. If you're being mean to me on stream, and if you're, especially someone that I, like, that I know in terms of being, like, a regular on my stream, you are just a person that is on the internet that I don't care about. It's whatever. I don't care. But I do think that it is an unhealthy precedent to set for other people to be like that. You know what I mean? So I would agree with you. Yeah, I think bullying the streamer is not the best kind of mindset, because I think that like being playful banter exists because you are close to somebody and you know them that well, that you know what their boundaries are in terms of jokes and whatever jabs and everything, right? if you're not close to somebody and you are bantering with them, and that is like, that's the boundaries gotta be set. You can't do that to someone you don't know. You know what I mean? But yes, it definitely can be a very. I've seen many posts online where people are like really having a hard time with some of their like viewers or whatever, where they're like actively like really being mean and bullying them, and I think it's very, very true. It's you don't know that person. You can't be that familiar with them. You are not friends with them. Talking to them in a weird manner is not the right way. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, people that act overly familiar. Very true. Actually, I feel very similar. There's a person that I know. Are we good for banter, Sky? Yeah, you're fine for banter, Zeus. Don't worry. You are fine for banter. You're good. Again, at least for me personally, as long as you don't hear the line of being like a really bad person, I don't really care. The same way with like, I don't really care if people like backseat me in a video game. I have a little bit more of a leniency on it because apathy, I guess. It doesn't bother me that way, but I would be very clear in terms of like, don't be mean. Don't be like a mean person, you know? Sky, you're so cute. Hello, Ambrosia. How's it going? Thank you. Welcome for thank you for checking in. Welcome in. How you doing? How's your Monday going? Welcome. We were talking about how bullying the streamer can be a bad thing to do sometimes. And I think again, like obviously, if you're very like welcome in their community and you're very used to them, it's fine. I think. I still love this model. Thank you, thank you. I do too. I think this is like one of my favorite combinations. I do love my normal model a lot, but something with the dark color and the hair, I think it's very cute. So, Bonnie is that one meme of the nonchalant chimp getting roared at by a lion. I really am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really like. And I think it's because like I've been online. Oh, thank you for following, Spine. I appreciate it. Welcome. Also, thank you for following, Astral. Thank you. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to follow me, you guys are free to. I forgot that's fucking part of streaming. You guys are welcome to follow me if you want to hang out with me. I just be talking and hanging out and yapping. Welcome. Hi. Hope your day's going well. Thank you. Thank you, Ashton. Thank you, Spine. I'm a sucker for dark colors. Same. May I sacrifice myself to you, Sky? What does that mean? Are you gonna die? Please don't do that part. But you can. In what context? But yeah, I feel like because I've been online for so long, right? Like I've been on the internet since I was like 12, which is not great. Also, by the way, if anyone is like, kids should not. No, don't do it. But because I have been online for very, very long, most people's comments in regards to anything that I do don't really bother me. My head out, want to follow before I left. Sounds good, Ashel. Have a good one, all right? Have a good Monday. Enjoy your evening, or whatever time it is for you, time zone wise. Just enjoy your day. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me as long as you did. I appreciate you. But yeah, I just don't really care because I'm like whatever, you know. Like if someone wants to be mean to me, they can be mean to me. If they want to bully me, it doesn't really matter, right? Because again, in the nicest way possible, I can delete the comment. I can block the person. I can just forget that it ever happened. I can also just turn off my computer. Doesn't really matter. Most situations someone's mean to me online, I'm like, whatever, right? So because of that kind of like mindset, when I started streaming, it's like, well, like, the worst that's gonna happen, someone doesn't like me, and at the end of the day, that's fine. If someone doesn't like me, they don't like me. I've always had this mindset, right? Especially now as an adult. When I was younger, it was much harder. As an adult, if someone doesn't like me, they don't like me. I don't like plenty of people, and that's normal. That's okay. That's healthy, actually. You shouldn't like everyone, and not everyone should like you, right? So, I feel like because I'm like that, I am much more okay with people just not enjoying my presence or not enjoying my content or whatever. Like, it's fine. I think if I was a little bit more insecure and if I wasn't as sure of my existence as a person, it would be much harder. And I think that's okay. I think it's understandable if you're not as in a place where like you know who you are as a person. It's much harder to feel like you can walk away from that type of like criticism or people being mean to you or people just like, you know, not being cool overall, right? So I don't blame anyone who feels very strongly when they get negative attention. I think that's very reasonable. I do think that sometimes you have to just you have to kind of separate that from you as a person, you know? Like, you are not what someone's assumptions of you are, right? You are your own person, and if you know who you are, it doesn't matter what someone else says that you are, or who you are, what you're not, or whatever about you, you know? So, being able to understand that as a human being is, I think, very important. A lot of people need to adopt that mindset more. Yeah, I think it's okay if someone doesn't like you. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not going to be mad at someone for not enjoying my presence or my existence. There are plenty of people, and I learned this a lot in university, that there's like plenty of people that I also don't like myself, and that's fine. And like it's in the nice way to say, like, people aren't your cup of tea, and that's okay. You're not gonna like every tea, right? And that's fine. That's fine. That's why there's so many other options of teas and other things, right? And you could even like coffee instead of tea, and that's fine. But yeah, I think it's very, very. That's why I think I don't really care that much about stuff online. I'm definitely much more sensitive to like people I care about, right? Like if someone I care about has criticism for me, I will listen. Obviously, as a person should, I will listen. I don't understand that, but I will probably feel a lot more hurt than if a stranger told me that same advice or whatever, right? I think I would probably feel a lot more some way or the other about it. But at the same time, I'm pretty good with taking criticism. I went to art school, so it's like I spent many years of my life in school being told like this is not good, change it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm pretty decent handling people telling me things that aren't like, you know, about myself or about whatever I do. That it doesn't really bother me that much if a friend's like, hey, can we talk about this? I'm like, yeah, sure. Because I've had a friend one time where she was like really, really nervous about talking to me about like a thing that we had like a disagreement on, and she was like, yeah, I don't like this, that like, you know, that this happened. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. And she's like, I'm surprised you're taking this so well. I'm like, man, it's fine. It's okay. Like, I'm a human being. I'm gonna make mistakes, and you're a human being, and you're gonna make mistakes. And part of friendship is understanding that and being, like, giving grace to somebody else and understanding, like, hey, you know what? You made a mistake. I care about you enough to talk about this problem with you. So that's why I tend to be like pretty okay with criticism and issues. I'm more than okay with being like, oh, okay, I can fix that, or we can talk about that, and we can work on a way that is like beneficial to both of us as like, you know, friends or whatever. Because like, I don't know, if someone cares about me enough to want to bring up a topic, you know, that is obviously bothering them, me being upset and hurt and angry or whatever doesn't benefit anyone really. Like I think I'm still allowed, let's say like whatever feeling, like I'm allowed to have those feelings regardless, right? But like taking them out on them and making that apparent to somebody else who's already trying to bring up a topic that is very important to them is really unfair, I think. You know what I mean? Like if someone is really upset about something and then you start being upset and you start like taking that out on them, that's you don't give them the space to be their own person. You don't give them the space to feel something. And then that just like is kind of rude, and it robs them of that chance of expressing their feelings to you like comfortably and you know whatever. So normally, and I haven't really ever felt an issue like that, but I would say like if I were to feel like a certain way about something and I was hurt or whatever, I would probably try to give them the space they need to be their own person. And then, you know, when I have the chance to on my own dissect those feelings that I'm feeling or whatever. But yeah. Water. Thank you for the hydrate. Everyone else hydrate as well. Get some tea, coffee, water from the hydrate, please. If it's late, please don't get tea or coffee. Or you can get decaf coffee, tea. Probably not coffee though, because decaf coffee still has a lot of caffeine in it, I think. But if you have like a decaf tea or like a caffeine-free tea, that's okay. If it's late. If you're in a different time zone, then you're fine. Have fun. But, you know. It's like almost 10 o'clock for me, so no coffee or tea for me. Everyone please hydrate though. Water. But yeah. I think I have a lot of feelings when it comes to like friendship stuff, I think like that. Or like just like discussions and like communication in general. Cause like I feel that it's a lot of people miss out on how to interact with their own friends, which seems kind of maybe like generalizing or rude to say, but I feel like I know a lot of people who just don't talk about stuff with people they care about because they're afraid. Which, to be fair, as a very anxious person, a very stressed person, I understand. But if you try to you gotta be honest. You gotta tell someone something at some point and be honest about it. It may take you a while, and you know what? It's that's fine. It might take you a while to be able to talk about it, but as long as at some point you do talk about it, as long as at some point it does, as long as you talk about it, I think. And also, on the other side, if someone brings up a thing to you, and you feel a certain way about it, really consider how to react in that situation. You know, because you don't want to be mean to your friend, I think, and you don't want to override their feelings. And I think some people have a hard time with that because they always want to defend themselves and be like, oh wait, but I didn't mean to. I'm like, well, okay, yeah, you didn't mean to, but you still did it, right? Apologies go a long way. Sounds like common sense, but like they really do. And a lot of people seem to forget that. Saying I'm sorry, honestly, a really great thing to get a handle of doing. Because it's actually kind of important. Saying I'm sorry, even if you didn't intentionally hurt somebody, is really good. Because it validates that they were feeling a certain way about it. And they can get that type of like comfort from you knowing that you're like, oh wait, I did something wrong. Right? And they need to know that you are aware you did something wrong. Even if you didn't intend to do something wrong. Being like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry that I did. Like, I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry this happened to you. And I'm sorry this was like, you know what? Just saying I'm sorry is a really good thing to get in the habit of saying, I think. Obviously, don't do what I do a lot, where I say I'm sorry for like every little thing. I'm trying to break out of that habit. It's very hard to do it when you kind of are the type of person, but there's a middle ground where you gotta say I'm sorry once in a while. Like, you can't just never say I'm sorry. You should really get used to saying I'm sorry to people when you do something wrong. Common sense isn't so common. Yeah, common sense has been gone up in rarity, unfortunately. Yes, it is true. So true. I think there's this like very individualistic and I don't owe you anything mindset in a lot of people. And it's really unfair because if you care about someone, you kind of do owe them kindness. You kind of do owe them, you know, kindness and space to be their own person and like understanding and respect and things like that. But you know, I've been trying to break out of all that habit, saying sorry for every little thing. It's hard. It is very hard. I'm nowhere near that right now. That is probably like one of my worst character traits as a person is that I say sorry for everything known to man. I will say sorry for like just existing. And it's really hard to break out of. But you should. It's not good. It gives you a bad precedent for yourself. It doesn't let you have the like you say it all the time even on stream. I do. I apologize a lot. I do. It's not good. It's not a good habit because you are allowed to take up space. You're allowed to be a person. You're allowed to say things. You're allowed to make mistakes. It's okay. You don't have to say sorry for just existing. I'm saying this to you and I'm saying it to myself as well. Because I feel like I have a hard time myself also being like, I'm allowed to take up space in anywhere. Like, I'm allowed to be my own person. I'm allowed to have emotions and react to things. I'm allowed to have like that type of thing. It's hard to get fully into your brain, I think. Like, it's hard to internalize that, but I think saying it more and being more upfront about it is really good. And be like, yeah, no, actually, I am allowed to just to be a person, you know? Because I feel like for a lot of my life, I felt like I wasn't allowed to take up space, and I was kind of told like I wasn't allowed to take up space in a lot of my personal relationships with people. And so that's kind of why I have the habit of being, oh, I'm sorry for like everything that I do. You are valid? Yes. You are. Yeah. But it's a good thing to get in the habit of breaking out of like, you know, be like, okay, you know what? Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm just here. I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. But it is hard, obviously. I don't think it's anything to do that how do I say this? Anything that's ingrained in like a lot of like, you know, past experiences or whatever, things that are like so into your brain, those are really, really tough to break out of. A lot of things that I have found out recently about myself as a human being, I'm like, man, these are things that are just ingrained in my brain that I don't even I don't even think for a second about, that I really should kind of like, you know, dissect and understand a bit more about myself. It's important to look at yourself critically and be like, oh, that's not a good habit. Like, that's something that I need to change, actually. It's important. Obviously, don't be hypercritical on yourself. You are still a human being, and you're still learning and growing and changing, and you're not going to be perfect the first time around in your life ever. Like, you're not going to get everything right, you know? So, allowing yourself the ability to be like, oh, actually, that's a bad personality trait, that's fine. It's okay to have bad personality traits. As long as you learn how to change them and work on them. And also, not always assume that everything you do is bad. I think a lot of times I get into this like bad like mental spiral like where I'm like, if I do this one thing that's bad, is like everything else about me also bad? Like, if like this one thing that I didn't realize that I was doing that was negative is like, I just do a bunch of things that are negative? That's not a good mental spiral either. So, you know, there's a balance to being critical of yourself, but also like not just putting yourself down constantly as well. There's a lot of like nuance and delicate not delicacy, what is it called? Delicateness. There's a lot of nuance. I hate using the word nuance all the time, but it's a very good word for this. Like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, middle ground that you have to kind of be aware of when it comes to like people and persons and emotions and things like that nature. Because it's never a one size fits all, you know what I mean? Even for like situations too. But yeah, I also think for arguments and discussions and stuff, I have this very often with a friend of mine. Two things can be true. People's like opinions and views on things can both be very true, you know? A very good example is that like one of my friends, I'm friends with both a brother and sister in my friend group, and they have very, very different experiences with their family. And I have to be like, both of their sides of their life can be very true, even if it's like, you know, objectively not the same thing, right? But people experience things very differently, right? Everyone's experience of life is a real and like a thing that does exist, right? So you may not agree with someone's viewpoint on something in terms of like an argument or a personality trait or like a, you know, a conflict you're having, but you can be right and they can also be right, especially when it comes to like feelings and emotions. Not everyone's going to react the same way or going to feel the same way or see a situation the same way. So concretely the other is evidence one thing or the other, but if someone feels very emotional about something and they feel this way, like, that's a reasonable way to feel, and that is true. And if someone's like, I never meant to do that, and it's whatever, that can also be true. That's why you have to just be understanding and be open to talking about stuff, you know what I mean? Anyways, I don't even know how we got on this very specific topic, but it's fun to talk about. I like talking about these type of things. I don't know why. I think it's very fun voicing my thoughts on people and intrapersonal. What is it? Intrapersonal situations with people that are involved. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's a fun thing to have thoughts on, I think. I enjoy chatting about I mean, like, to be fair, I guess a lot of it's also because I used to want to be a psychologist, and so it, like, a lot of the human condition is the right word, right sentence, phrase, is very interesting to me. I don't know if I would ever read any psychology books or not, but I might at some point in the future again. I kind of miss learning a little bit about it in my free time. It would be good to, like, get a book. Maybe I should go to the library. You know, I'm gonna go to a cafe with my friends tomorrow. Maybe I go to the library too while we're out. I listen to you. I love listening to you yap. I'm glad you do. I be yapping so much. I feel like sometimes I think about how there's like a toss up in my in terms of stream wise what I'm gonna be talking about, and it may be about how silly I am, and then it might just be about how people are very mean, and you have to learn how to be a more of a real person. It's just interesting. My topics at hand. But yeah, maybe go to the library tomorrow. Maybe. Do I even have a library? Oh god, I don't even know if I have my library card anymore. I'll talk to my mom and see if she can give me my library card. If she still has it, she probably does. My mom's a hoarder, so she most likely does have it still. I'll see. You know what I have been talking about hoarding? I've been watching these videos on TikTok, not TikTok, Instagram, because I don't use TikTok. On Instagram, where people are restoring lava lamps, and oh my god, I'm like, man, I kind of miss my lava lamp I used to have. And I don't know if my mom kept it, because I don't know. She didn't like the lava lamp very much, but I'm like, man, it'd be kind of cool to have a lava lamp. I mean, I wouldn't buy one now, but like if I still had it, I might, maybe I would put it up somewhere. I want more things in my house that feel like they're actual real things. Because I love my apartment. I think it's great. I love the way I decorated it. But it feels very sterile, and I don't like that. Like, I want things in my home that make it feel like it's lived in. Because right now it feels very showroomy, which is fine. But I want there to be personality in it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I feel like I want, like, stuff that feels like, oh, look, a human being is living in here, you know? So I've been a little bit like, I want, like, stuff. I don't have stuff. Listening to Sky Tension in every direction is very soothing. I'm so glad. I don't remember the last time I was at the library, the campus library, when I was in college. Oh yeah, it's probably been since high school. Because I've also been to my campus's, like, library, but that's like I would be hard pressed to call it, like, an actual library. But I guess, no, it was like pretty substantial, though. It had, like, enough, like, it was big. So I guess, yeah. But I mean, like, a general library, you know? Like, where anyone can go access it. Time to fill it with, like, anime statues. So true. I have all my anime figures in my office, which is up here in my loft. I don't have any in my living room because I don't know. I have Kirby everywhere in my living room. But let me just flip you. I have Kirby in my living room, but I don't have anything else really super, like, personality based, unfortunately. I need to. I should maybe get some stuff that I can put around. Like, I don't know. I just like it feels very, like, not real. Like, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. But it definitely is like, oh, I just bought, like, things that I think are aesthetically nice, but not actually are real people things. And I want there to be, like, I don't know, stuff. Stuff that feels real to people. And like, I don't know. Do I want to put it there? I initially want to make, like, an offset, but I think I might want to put it in the same level. Nope, wrong thing. Nope, wrong thing. But yeah. My sister sent me a letter, after I moved in. She sent me a little cute note with a postcard. It was very, very sweet of her. And she was like, congrats on your first apartment. Furnishing never ends. And I was like, oh. And you know what? She's right. Furnishing never ends. You are never fully furnished. Like, your apartment is never done. And I very much am in that boat where I'm like, I always have more things that I want to put in my apartment. I don't want to make it too much, right? But I also don't want to make it feel like there's nothing in here. So now I'm like, man, I should add more things. But I'm like, ah. Also, things cost money. However, Facebook Marketplace is my favorite place, and I should look at more things there. I should go buy some stuff. Ooh, ah. If I bought like a life-size figure of like, I don't know, Sanji, would you guys come visit me? Like if, let's say, okay, like hypothetically, right? You come over my house, right? And you see, like in my living room, a life-size figure of Sanji from One Piece. Would you stay or would you leave immediately? Because that's like my concern. But I guess at the same time, it weeds out the people who don't actually like vibe with me, right? So then it's fine. It's like a look at a litmus test, what it's called. Like a, I don't know. Does he have lipstick kiss marks is the question? That's a crazy question. I guess it would depend on the day. I would say he's my favorite One Piece. Yippee! Another Sanji truther. I love Sanji. My little baby boy. That's a stay? Okay, good. Okay, good. Alright. See, so then that's fine. Then it's fine if I get, like, if I did it, then at least I would know that he would kind of, like, come hang out and vibe with me then. That's fine. Because, like, what if people just don't want to hang out with me? Because they see Sanji and they're like, oh, this is a weird lady. And I'm like, no. I mean, I am weird, but don't leave. If he has the lipsticks, yes, I'll stay. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Cool. I just had to make sure, you know? Face. Man, today's not like a real day. I'm sorry. My drawing is not up to date. Up to date? What am I gonna say? It's not real. I'm not drawing at my top of my abilities, but I guess I'm giving myself the excuse that I feel very warm and uncomfortable in my heat right now, and that's why. In the heat. I'm not in my heat. In the heat. In the temperature in my home, because the AC is not working, I am uncomfortable, and I don't have a brain. Okay. Let's see. What expression? We'll just do like a little... Guys, I'm in depression. My romance anime is ending this week. On like Saturday, it ends, basically, and I'm devastated. I am so sad. Because I will not be able to see my little baby boy and stupid little, like, actually the boy's stupid. Like, actually, they're both pretty okay. My idiots. I want them to be together, but they're, my season, it ends. I'm so sad. Like, the last episode is this week, and I'm gonna read the manga. I have to, but I'm so sad. I want to see them animated. I don't think this is a hot take. I think it's a very reasonable take. I want more romance animes to show me them dating. I want them to go on dates. I want to see them be cute together. Why are you stopping it when they get together? I know people like tension and they like, you know, conflict and you know, drama. But like, what about the happy moments? Like, what about them going on a cute little date to like a bakery or like something? Like, I want that. Why do we have to end right when they get together? Why can't we have like extra couple episodes where they're like, oh, look at them having fun and being cute? Why do we have to end right when it happens? It makes me so sad. It's why, like, there was a romance anime that came out last season, I think, that was, like, coworkers who, like, at the start of the season, they were already dating. And I'm like, this is wonderful. I love this. Because they were just, like, they were just cute and stupid, you know? I love that. Like, a happy epilogue? Yeah, exactly. I want them to be cute and happy together. And I don't ever get that, like, ever. Cute ship anime is good, need more of it? Yeah. Yeah. I want more cute content in the world of romance and everything, but, you know... I don't know, I guess because, like, the majority of people who watch them, like, they want that, like, initial, like, oh, there's things going on, there's conflict, there's drama, they're, like, having issues, and they're talking, and they're, you know, like, the flirting and, like, the tension part of, like, a relationship, like, before it starts, I guess I understand why that's, like, so, like, oh, it's fun to watch, but I want to see them go on a cute date. I want to see them go to, the museum, or go to, like, the aquarium together, and, or, like, go take a walk in the park and be cute. I, like, why is that, why is that unmarketable? Why is joy not marketable, huh? Why do I gotta see conflict and drama and miscommunication and whatever? I understand, like, in any story you need some conflict, right? I get that. Like, every story needs a little bit, you know, a little bit of something going on, a little bit of, like, drama, whatever, right? But, like, at least give me some of the fun, cute stuff as, like, also, you know? I don't need the slow burn, I need the fluff so sweet my teeth rot. Exactly! There are some times where I can definitely get behind a very good slow burn. I'm like, okay, cool, like we're going through it, we're seeing their like agony and their like all their feelings and like all that. I get that, that's fine. But I would take a sweet, cute, fluffy romance over that like any day, I feel, personally. Obviously, yes, there are some dynamics that are very fun to see them pining and being in love and like whatever. I get that, but there is something that like very fun and cute about when people are just like happy and in love and are cute and fluffy and you know, I need that in my life. But alas, not enough anime. I'm gonna eat my own art. Yippee! Yippee yippee yippee! Yippee wahoo! Also, I was gonna start in like 3 minutes. So if you want to go do something in that moment, you might want to. I also might also get a snack when they start because I'm kind of peckish and I would like to eat something. So I might do that in a little bit when the ads play because I am a tiny bit peckish. You are in the silly Lulu comic I'm doing. You just have to be illegal. That's so true. Thank you for including me in your Delulu art. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I just have to be in there. You're getting a snack, but you already are here. You know, I appreciate you, Zeus. You are there being a creature. I love being a creature. But I gotta eat something. I can't eat myself. That's not real. I gotta go get a real life snack. A real life treat. Terrible phrase for the win. So true. I sent you. I think it's a beautiful creature. Let me see my creature self. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go view this information. Oh, me! Me when I'm creature. I love me when I'm creature. Oh my god, so silly. Yeah, I gotta get you guys a reference sheet at some point. Oh god, I zoomed in. I don't want to be zoomed in. No more zoomed in. Creature. Man. It feels nice to be streaming again and be able to make content and be real. I was staring at you while you were yapping. Oh, I see. Understanding my looks from the stream. Honestly, fair. I will get you guys a real reference sheet. I technically did make reference sheets. Didn't like any of them. So I'm gonna make new ones. And I might just use my VTuber model for them. I don't know. I might draw like physically actually one because then it'd be nice to have like a proper nice reference. But it's so much work. So much work. And I have 4 outfits. It is so much. And I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy and I don't want to make reference sheets. There was a point where I was like, man, maybe I should actually commission someone for a reference sheet. But then I was like, no, Sky, you can do it yourself. Stop being a baby. Just suck it up and do it. You're fine. I know you aren't saying you lazy after making this gorgeous model. You know what? Fair. Fair. I understand. I get it. I thank you. I'm a little lazy sometimes, though, to be fair. This model took me so long, but I know. I gotta suck it up. I just gotta do it. That's all. I'm just being a little bit lazy for no reason. I should just get into it, do it, and make the reference sheet for people and myself as well, because it'd be good to have a reference sheet for myself. But yeah. Hi, Sky. Hello, Lisa. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, hi. How's your day going? How's your Monday going? Hope it's going well. I wish there was an extension to post all of my tweets from Twitter onto Blue Sky at the same time. You'll like grilled cheese? Hello, grilled cheese, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like I don't feel like you might have an issue if I didn't like it, right? I think you'd be okay if I didn't like grilled cheese. Surely. Certainly. There's no way you would ever have any feelings negatively towards that as a response, right? Surely not. Surely not. But actually, I do like grilled cheese a lot. I am a big fan. I'm a very, very big fan. Unfortunately, the first time I ever made grilled cheese, though, I did burn it. And I burned it the second time. But now I'm better at it than I used to be, so it's fine. So, you know. I'm a fan of grilled cheese. I do actually quite like... I like, to be fair, anything that has cheese in it by default I'll probably like more than not, you know what I mean? Like I love cheese. Learning to cook the basics. I know. I suck at cooking. I suck at cooking so much, and I don't know why. I'm great at following instructions. I love following instructions. I don't know why I suck at cooking. I don't know what it is. I feel like every time, no matter how well I follow instructions, I'm not good. And I don't know why. Like cooking is like for some reason is one of the very difficult things. But you made steak the other day. That is true. That is true. That is very, very true. And it turned out pretty good. I think I probably could have cooked it for like a little bit longer. But I did make it. So that is a plus. But yeah. Wait, don't do that. No. Go back. Stop zooming in me. No more zooms. Oh, cute. Ugh. Okay. So, yeah, I gotta get better at cooking. I need to figure it out. I need to figure out what my issue is with it and how to improve on it. And then work from there. I like to I don't say I like to cook. I like the idea of being able to cook. I got my grilled cheese cookbooks at my desk. I'm gonna help you right now. Please do help me, assist me in my abilities. I've actually genuinely, look, this is not a bit. I do want to know how to make a grilled cheese more like a sustainable thing to eat. Like, I mean, I think a grilled cheese on its own is fine, but I see people who make them and then they have like things in it, and it's like a really genuine, like an actual meal. And I don't know how to do that because I don't know what you're supposed to do with, like, I know you can just put cheese in there, and I think some people put like onions and like other stuff. I don't know. But if you're like genuinely not even like trying just like to be silly, yes, I would like to know. I would like the information. Cause I feel like I'm struggling. Sky, we can teach you. Please teach me. The health nut, the meat lover, long way? What is a long way? What? Add kimchi to grilled cheese, like low-key goated. Honestly, I don't doubt that. I love kimchi, actually. I'm a very big fan of kimchi. Oh, I was supposed to make miso soup today. I didn't make miso soup. I should have made miso soup. I have things to make miso soup. I will have to look into... I don't think I have kimchi in my house currently, but I should get some. I should go to the Asian market. Oh, long way making a 5-layer grilled cheese. What are the 5 layers? Wait, what? I'm a little curious. What are the 5 layers of the long way? What do we do? What are we doing? Shaggy meal, so true. So true. I had a huge crush on Shaggy when I was younger. Is that like not normal? I think that's pretty common. That's like a pretty common I feel. She's so real. I'm so glad. So it's cheese, bacon, butter, grated cheese, and then repeat. Wait, huh? Wait, hold on, what? As in like the layers? So you put cheese, bacon on top. Wait, then what the like butter, like actual butter slice, like a slice of butter in your grilled cheese? Grated cheese and repeat that. That's a lot of things in there, but that's a lot of cheese. Also butter? In like a small bit of butter, like a small tab of butter in like the actual Interesting. The bacon, I definitely can understand that, but it's okay, huh? You know what? What do I know when the grilled cheese man is telling me this information? What do I know? You were right. I'll have to go maybe try it. You want the supreme? Yeah. Why don't you just give me all of them? Tell me all of your ways of making a grilled cheese, and I would love to learn all of them. Hit me with every single one that you know of and that you think is good enough to recommend to somebody, I think. God, it's so warm in my apartment. I'm losing my mind. Oh, I hate this. I need my AC to turn on. This is the last thing I was expecting to happen in a Sky stream? Are you sure? I feel like that's not that surprising, but I'm here for it. Hank, listen, Aiko, we all gotta learn how to make grilled cheese together, okay? I think we should all learn together. Learn how to make grilled cheese all together. You know that meme of those like animals with their mama, and it's like, let's be blank with mama. Let's learn grilled cheese with me, you know? Gourmet grilled cheese sounds so good right now. Yeah, bacon, grated cheese, mac and cheese, American cheese, and then repeat 5 times. Brother, what mouth is eating that? What, like, as in, like, physically, what mouth is eating that? Who can do that? Damn. Whose mouth can do that? Damn, man. I mean, like, I'm equally impressed and also kind of scared. 5 times? A pro unhinges their jaw like a snake. For real. Hi, Arky. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope your Monday's going well. Hi. We're talking about mac and cheese. Nope, grilled cheese. Actually, well, mac and cheese is also true because grilled cheese man suggests putting mac and cheese in a grilled cheese. And I'm still too skinny and it sucks. I got that shaggy build. You know what? That's fair. Hey. We're chilling. Nice. That's good. Shaggy IRL. Hey, I mean, if you can enjoy your food to the limit, then why not? That's fine. I mean, isn't it like the whole thing with like gaining weight is like protein question mark? Sorry, I don't know. Like, Soups, you don't understand. This is the grilled cheese supreme. So true. We literally got Shaggy in stream. Hey, Shaggy, how's it going? Grilled mac and cheese is crazy. I see the vision. Y'all don't know about my sandwiches, though? Hey, I would love to learn about your sandwiches, man. I'm here for it. I support the vision, and I support whatever you want to put into your body. If you are... As long as it tastes good, you know what I mean? Really, the only time I'm questionable what someone's food takes is when it doesn't taste good, and they still eat it. I'm like, why? Okay. I think we're kind of done with this drawing. I'm gonna color it. We have, like, made no progress in art day because I've been yapping too much, and also because, my brain's not working as well as it should be today. But, you know what? That's okay. I didn't know what I want to do for stream anyways, so it's fine. We just be yapping about art, grilled cheese, how to be a good friend, Shaggy. What were your other childhood crushes, guys? Because I liked Shaggy when I was younger. I liked, Beast Boy and also Robin from Teen Titans. They were, like, both, like, kind of tied for who I liked the most. Cynthia from Pokemon. That's fair. Didn't like Pokemon when I... Well, did not liked. I just did not know Pokemon when I was a kid, so I had no one that I, like, personally was into when I was younger. Right now, not a child, but Arvin from Scarlet and Violet is so cute and so pathetic, and I love him. So that's, you know. Actually, love try a grilled mac and cheese sandwich. I mean, honestly, maybe. I think Tony would love that. Babu would probably love that. Bread, bologna, grated cheese, ketchup, lettuce, pickles, repeat 4 times? Jeez, man. Your mouth go crazy. I don't know how you fit any of that into it. Hey, more power to you though, because that's wild. 4 times. The goth girl band from Scooby-Doo. Oh, the Hex Girls? Yeah, that's fair. They are pretty. I love this. I love Shigo from Kim Possible. Also true. Shigo was very pretty. Who else? Who else? Marceline? Oh, Marceline. Yes, when they had, Marshall Lee, when they had that, I was like, at my heart. I loved his design. He's very cute. Marceline normally also is very cute as well. Do we took a black swallowfish? Yes, this is a real fish. You know what? Fair. Guess I made 10 minutes to eat. Goodness. Hex Girls mentioned I'm down bad. I lost all my marbles. Yeah. Hex Girls they were very pretty. 10 minutes to eat grilled. That's kind of impressive though, actually. 10 minutes to eat all that is kind of impressive. Hex Girls got me like a damn dog. You know what? That's fair. Danny Phantom was also a big one for me as a kid. Danny Phantom was, oh man, he was cute. He was very, very cute. Loved him. Also, the guy from, the guys in, 16s, which one? The skater guy and the guy that was kind of not, like, nice. The one with the purple hair and the tan skin. That guy, I liked him and the stoner. Yeah, those two, the skater boy and that one. Those two were, I had, like, a tie on them both for me emotionally. I was like, wow. But, yeah. If my girlfriend cosplayed Hex Girl, I'd bark. I'm sure Remy would do it, I'm sure she would do it. Yeah, Gwen from Ben 10. Oh, Kevin from Ben 10? I loved him. He was kind of mean, but that's, to be fair, a decent of my crushes as a kid were like the meaner guys, so it's not surprising. But yeah, I like Kevin a lot. Um, Shirley, yeah. I think yeah. If your girlfriend wouldn't cosplay the character for you, that's crazy. I think I would probably if a K asked me to cosplay someone, I would probably do it. Yeah, I would like not a second thought. Oh, Jake Long, yes, he was so cute. Oh, that was that. I forgot American Dragon. He was cute. He was very very cute too. Megan Fox in Transformers, reasonable. She was very pretty in that movie. My mom loved Transformers. I remember watching with her. Like we watched all the Transformers movies. Um, Sky likes Mean Boys. I you know, like a little mean. Was it within? Okay, to be fair, I like the guys that are mean to everyone but the person they like, right? So it's very much like that's like a thing for me where it's like in my brain, right? In my stupid little delusional brain, I'm like they would be nice to me though. They'd be mean to everybody else, but they'd be super nice to me, and then sometimes be mean to me in like a cute teasing way, like poke fun at me here and there. But they're like I would be like, so Punk got it, yeah, like a little bit. That's how like in my delusional brain, that's how I would see it. We're like, oh, but like they're mean to everyone else, but they'd be nice to me, and then they would tease me here and they'd be cute. That's how my brain got with like. I was very partial to Kitara. Kitara? Oh, wait, Katara? Do you mean like? Is that how you spell her name? Katara? Is not like Katara? Like Katara? Okay, I was very okay. Sorry, I was confused for a second. Okay, Katara. Gotcha. I was like, is that how you spell it? Yes. All right, Katara. Yeah, she was cute. Zuko. Zuko was my guy. Also, dog want a snack. What did you give your dog? I'm fat fingering hard on my phone. It's okay. I thought that I assumed you most likely meant it, but I was like, man, it's been a while since I've watched Avatar. Maybe that is how you spell their name. I love Zuko. Zuko and then Sokka a little bit. Korra? Yeah. Korra was very, very, very fun. I loved her. Sky wants a boy who bullies affectionately. You know. I gave some like bacon biscuits. Cute. Puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Listen. I think it's reasonable. Sometimes. It's fun. It keeps things, fun and teasy and nice lightheartedness. Don't want them to be too mean. It's funny that I said this like for like what, like 4 years. I like loved Bakugo from My Hero, and he was just mean. Like he wasn't even bullying me. Like he was just a mean guy. But still, somehow, in my dumb little brain, I was like, but he would be kind of nice to me, surely, surely, somehow. So I don't know. I don't know. I make him small little sandwiches. Oh, that's so cute. Actually, Loki, I think it's so fun when I see like content creators on like Instagram or YouTube where they give their animals like a whole entire meal. And I'm like, that is so sweet. You are so rich, and I love that for you. Because like if I had money, I too would give my entire pet like a whole meal for themselves. Because that's so like why not, Like I would want my pet to be able to like have a great like actual like, proper meal. So yeah. I wish I could do that. Because I see people who like, put like this entire like gourmet thing out for their cat, and I'm like, man, what are your bills like? What money, like what is your income like? Where do you like how? It's impressive. And I'm a bit envious. Cause like that's crazy. Man, we talked about childhood crushes for a bit, huh? I don't think there's anyone else that I was like super, super into as a kid. Because like to be fair, a lot of my anime crushes were like my kid crushes because I got into anime very young. So like Hikaru from Ouran High School Host Club was like a big one for me. Who else? What else did I like as a kid for anime wise? Oh yeah, Kyo from Fruits Basket, who I think is probably the blue. That's yes, actually no. Thinking about it now, that's probably what impacted my taste in men so much is Kyo from Fruits Basket, because he is the epitome of kind of mean guy, but really sweet to his girlfriend, but also so kind of like bullies her here and there. And he is. I love Kyo. Yeah, Kyo from Fruits Basket is like the guy. That is Sky's like blueprint for an anime character in terms of like her liking it. Because I loved Kyo from Fruits Basket. I remember when I watched the original series with my sister, she loved what's his name? What's the other guy's name? What's his name? What's his name? What's the rat, the mice guy? I forgot his name. Yuri? No, Yui? No, what was his name? You can see that I didn't. Oh, Yuki. Him. Yes, Yuki. She loved him. And it was great because we never like overlapped in the characters we liked in anime. She like every character I ever liked, she never cared for at all. She did not like Kyo that much. I love Yuki. I think he's very cute. He just never really stood out to me as a character that I like. He's a rat. I'm a rat. Oh, okay. Is he down bad for Tifa Lockhart? I think people are still pretty down bad for her as well, to be fair. I think you'd be fully alright to be still currently down bad for her. But I love Kyo too. I love Kyo and Yuki. That's fair. That is very, very fair. I think Yuki's very sweet. But Kyo just spoke to me more as a human, like just on the personality level that he had. I'm like, I love this man. He's so stupid, and I love him. I can never choose between them. That's so funny. Yuki is sweet. He's a very nice little guy, but he never really, for me, he was too. This is gonna sound very poorly, but he was too gentle. Like he was too docile. Does that make sense? Thank you for following Goat Cheese, man. I'm glad you wanted to hang out more. I appreciate that. He was too docile. Like he was just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. In comparison, bro is colorblind to red flags. Hey, no, listen, man, listen. I mean, obviously, it's like within reason, right? Like, they gotta be a little bit silly, but like overall, really like sweet and actually like meaning well and care about you. Bro, just admit. Listen, guys, listen. Hey, listen, listen to me. Let me listen, please. I beg you. You were the kid who would read 50 Shades. I actually know. I had standards. I have standards, okay? That's why I like AO3. That's why I read manga, alright? I got standards. Not reading any 50 Shades of Grey. Also, hello, Casey. How's it going? I got standards, alright? If I want romance slop, at least it's from people who have good intentions and pure intentions, not from 50 Shades of Grey writer or author. All right, I have standards in life. How's it going? What is that? What is that emote? What's going on here? What is he doing? That's so silly. That's so silly. Yes, but Yuki's brother brought out a little more of him, so it was in there? I guess it's. Oh my god! You know what? Also, Loki, the cow guy, aesthetically from Fruits Basket, so cute. He was so cute. He was so cute. Oh my god, Haru. It was like Haru, like something Haru, like his last. I forget. Anyways, Haru. He was so cute. I loved him. I loved him because he was so like aloof and had that like that like delinquent look to him. And I loved him. He also was like madly in love with his girlfriend and like would not give up on her. And I love that for her. So that's love that for them. So that's cool. Love a dedicated, devoted man. We need to bring back yearning. We need to bring back devotion. All right, gotta write them poetry. 2 years ago, I was like down terrible for Cottontail. I'm ashamed. Hey man, don't be ashamed of who you were. All right, it's okay if you had it's all right. It's okay to be down bad for whoever you are down bad for. It's okay. And also, to be fair, I think Cottontail makes content that is meant to be down bad for. If I'm remembering correctly, like that's the intention. So you're not like alone. I think. I don't think you're alone in that, so you're fine. He first changed the song "I'm Bringing Sexy Back to Me." Anime AMVs were wild back then. So true. God, I love anime AMVs. They're so great. I had such a big crush on Haru. Haru is very cute. Yeah, good point. Yeah, listen, you're not the only one. The content was there for a reason, and what are you but just to be an enjoyer of content, right? Don't judge yourself for the very obvious place you were meant to be. It's alright, man. I respect it. I can't even be mad at you. I used to listen to like roleplay ASMR when I was like, I don't know, very lonely. So like I'm not here to judge you, man. I got you. I understand. Sometimes we are in that place and then sometimes you do things and you listen to stuff and you're like, huh, okay, this is where I am now. And we're at this point in life. And listen, if you're still in that point in your life, that's okay. I'm not judging. Listen to what you want to listen to, okay? I may not be there in my life anymore, but but you know what? I was at some point in my life. So, it's okay. I got you. Number one supporter. Who else did I like a lot in animes? I'm trying to think. Let's see. You guys won't know him, but Sayuki, there's a guy in there with like purplish hair. He was very cute. He was like a smoker and very mean, but also very like thoughtful and caring for people. Um, what else? What else? I'm trying to think. I don't remember all the animes I've watched in my past, like in my life in general. Especially like for characters I was super down bad for. Like it's been a very long time since I've thought about it. Look at my anime shelf of characters. Miyamura. Imagine having crushes. Imagine having crushes last in Arrow Ace. Hey, I mean, at least although I feel like I've had people talk about being Arrow Ace, but still having like anime people they like anime characters, like fictional characters they still enjoy in terms of like having like interest in them. Like especially like within like the Yume shipping sphere of people, I think. I swear I've heard people talk about it before, but I could be wrong. Real? Yeah, I think I've heard that. Like I feel that like it's not super uncommon. Trying to think. Yeah. Miyamura from Horimiya was like a very big one for me because he's very sweet and very silly. I told Tony this the other day. I was devastated when he cut his hair. I felt genuine agony. When he took out his piercings and cut his hair, I was like, no, my baby. How could they do that to him? I was so sad. I was so sad. I admittedly have one fictional crush. I mean, everyone's gotta have one at some point, surely. Bro, I was so sad, man. I was so sad. I think this happens a lot, and it's I think it's less like uncommon. Actually, I don't know. It might be very common in manga and anime spaces where I feel like with like delinquent men in like a lot of like romance anime I've seen, they go from having their very delinquenty parts of their existence, and then when they're in love and they're whatever, they don't have them anymore. And I'm like, why though? I think it's okay. It's the same way where I feel like in a lot of Western like live action shows where it's like, oh, the girl is nerdy and whatever, and then she meets a guy and then she becomes like super hot and whatever because she like, I don't know, takes off her glasses or whatever, like something like that where like it's that, but the reverse essentially, and it's like, why is that like a plot point of like, oh, you gotta change the way you look because now that you're in love with someone or whatever, it's not like you can't be that. Like, what? Why? For what reason? Doesn't make any sense. We have a house husband is goated. So true. He's delinquent the way he is, and he's loved, and his wife loves him, and he loves his wife, and that's wonderful, and I love that for them. I need more things like that, where they are just like themselves. I think personally, and this might be because I feel like, I don't know, I think that if you present your way, like yourself in a very specific way, and you like that, when you get into a relationship, I don't think you should be changing the way you look as a person for the other person, right? Stylistically. I think if you want to like change different hair color or whatever, and like you want to ask your partner's input on it, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, like get your partner's input. Like, oh, do you like what color hair do you think I should look good in, or like what kind of haircut do you think I should have? That's reasonable, and that I think that's fine. That's cool. But if you're like, oh, I'm dating a very like I don't know a gothic person, I can't look normal, or like the opposite. Like it's like you can. It's fine. You can be the way you want to be. It doesn't really matter that much. I feel. Like, I don't think if you're a nerdy looking kind of person and your partner's like super like preppy and like, you know, different like a different look than you, you have to somehow change your general appearance for them. If you have to change the way you are in a relationship, sorry, if you have to change the way you are when you're in a relationship to make it stay afloat, that's not a relationship that's present. True, very true. Like I get maybe if you I don't know. And I think because like a lot of times in romance anime, they spin it like, oh, the guy was like in like suffering and sadness. and he like now learned how to love himself, and now he's gonna change his look because he loves himself more. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that sets a good precedent for people who in general maybe look more delinquenty, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And then like assume that, oh, they have to be sad and so traumatic and upset in their life. Like, no, I don't think that's the case for a lot of people, and I think it's okay if he just stays looking like that, you know? Back from the shower, all clean, yippee clean. Welcome back, yeah. And you should always be yourself, never change for another person. The best love is when they love your true self. Very true. Very, very true. Yeah. Yeah. About the music? Yeah, music. What music is this even? I forget. Sorry. What's this someone's playing? Fire Emblem. Ah, I see. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that, like, in general, part of your existence as a person is being able to express yourself the way you want to express yourself, right? And then if you're in a relationship, that person should only uplift you, right? They should be there to support you and to make you feel better and feel good and feel confident in yourself, right? And if you feel like you have to downgrade yourself or shrink into non-existence because of that person, then that's not a good relationship at all. I think being able to feel your true self and be genuine with yourself is very important. What a chat message, Zeus. Me and my girlfriend are both turbo autism, and we don't hide it from one another, and it works out so well. What a sentence. Real. And I'm so happy for you too. Also, thank you for following Inori. Hello. Hi. Sorry for that sentence to come in on. Or I guess, not sorry? Welcome in. We're talking about relationship stuff and how you should be yourself. And, you know, that's the context. Look, you know both of us, you know it's the truth. It is the truth. That's fine. I'm happy for you too. I think it's very funny. That sentence is hilarious. But yeah, that's true. Turbo autism. So true, man. They can't handle my Uber and so my Uber autism. Oh, man. So true, guys. But yeah, I think you should just generally overall be your own person when you're around somebody that you care about. Like, if you love somebody, right, you'd want them to care about you in any way that you are, and not just because you're putting on a certain kind of, like, facade or personality for other people to, like, digest. You don't have to be easy to, like, you don't need to be easy to digest as a person, right? You're allowed to be complex and weird and strange or whatever you want to be. It doesn't really matter that much. As long as you know yourself and you are happy with yourself, that's what matters. And I think your partner should be able to be there for you and understand that. You know. In general, I feel like your partner should just add like uplift your life, right? Like that's the goal. They should make you feel better. They should be there to support you. They should also be able to be honest with you and like tell you things that are true and, you know, things like that. My mom raised me in a way that made me very confident in myself, so I appreciate her a lot for that. That's so good. That's so wonderful. I love my mom. She did not do the same. I love my mom dearly for that, but it's because, right, in my opinion, my mom is very, so let me rephrase it a bit better. My mom tried her best to raise me with a lot of confidence. Unfortunately, when you have parents who talk bad about themselves, you mirror that a lot. Like, you internalize that emotion and that kind of energy a lot to your own self. So my mom spoke very positively about me and my sister, but never spoke positively about herself. And so I end up mimicking and registering a lot of that from her, which I feel so bad about because I love my mother and I think she's a wonderful person. I mean, she has her flaws like anybody does in life, but it's really like a lot of how she spoke about herself, I internalized a lot. And I'm like, oh, these are bad things, right? And so if I find any similarities in myself that is like similar to my mom's, I'm like, that's already pre-wired in my brain to be like, that's a negative thing. Even though I know she never meant it to be negative. She just didn't register that as a child, you pick up on everything your parents say. So you will like internalize everything they talk about and you will keep that in your brain forever. Also, welcome back from Sandwich. Yippee, food. I gotta eat something after stream. I'll make like, I don't know, soup. I'll make soup after stream. I love my mom though. Like, I can't blame her, right? It's super difficult to like, especially if you are not aware of it, right? I think like a lot of adults, you know, like, I don't know if is she a boomer? I don't know what she is in age range wise. A lot of adult people, like people who, you know, like parents, our parents, right? Most of the time don't realize they have problems, which is kind of the issue in and of itself. If your family doesn't know they have problems, a lot of things are rough. No one's, I feel like it's very, very hard to find someone's parents who are very normal and have gone to therapy and have, you know, unlearned generational trauma, have unlearned any like background trauma. It's super rare, right? So a lot of times parents will do things that are like not good, like not okay, but because they don't realize it, because they've never gone to therapy, they never been like introspective on themselves, don't see it as a negative thing. So then you as a child are like, this is a thing that I learn now, and it's not a good thing to learn. But you know what? You didn't pick up on it because unfortunately they didn't know it. They didn't know it, and now you have to deal with it, and that's unfortunate. Also, hi Lomex. It's true about what they say, you will become like one of your parents. Very true. Very true. I'm slowly becoming my mother for real, for real. In so many ways, Babu, you are. Yeah. So it's just the way it is. I think like there's something inherently negative about becoming like your parents. I'd be an awesome dad. That's good. That's good. I think as long as you're aware of like what things you want to be better than your parents are is important. Like I love my parents, but I know many ways that I don't want to become like them in any way possible. Um I think I'm like my dad. I try to socialize and befriend everyone. Aw. It's a house husband thing. Oh, that's cute. Is a house? No, sorry. Yes, you were asking a question. A house husband is a thing. Yes, they do exist. People actively are house husbands in the world. As long as you find a partner who's happy with that, then yeah, you can be a house husband for sure. I'm gonna be that. Yeah, go for it, man. As long as the person you're with is happy with that, then yes, go for it. But yeah, I think becoming like your parents isn't bad. Unless, like, as long as you know what you don't want to be like in them, and then you're fine. As long as you don't repeat the same mistakes your parents do, then you're good. Oh, I came to a realization one day when I looked in the mirror, I look like my father. Oh, that's so funny. I'm so sorry, but yeah, that's fair. That's so fair. I'm so sorry for that realization for you. Unless I guess it's wanted? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Yoink. Let me grab you, Zeus. Okay, we'll do like... Oh, shoot, I have 20 minutes, huh? Okay, well, I'll just sketch. We might not get to color you, Zeus, I'm sorry, but we'll just sketch, because I have like 20 minutes left, and it's enough time to do one more thing, I think. Grab me, I yoink. I steal. Wrong folder. There we go. Ever look in the mirror at 3 a.m. and look amazing, but the actual day you look like a crackhead? I'm not gonna lie to you, no. I don't look in the mirror at like that late at night. Normally, if I'm up that late, I am in pain. Because I want to sleep and I can't. So I don't often. I do that though when I cry sometimes. Sometimes if I'm crying, I'm like, man, I look kind of pretty. And then I'm like, oh, man, this is a bad time to be to be like this. I be getting a midnight snack and look like a Greek god? It's the lighting, you know? The vibes, the lighting, the energy. Do you not wake up in the middle of the night and sometimes go to the restroom? No, not really. The only time I woke up in the middle of the night and I like couldn't fall back to sleep or whatever, or like I got up, was like when I didn't eat anything that day and I woke up in like immense agony, like physical pain because my body was like, I'm hungry. But in general, no, I don't actually tend to wake up like to get up. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, I want to sleep again. Why am I awake? But I don't get out of bed. Because I normally pee right before sleeping. Because I don't like the idea of waking up in the middle of the night. So I like actively make sure I use the bathroom before I go to sleep. So no, yeah. No. I made a face in the mirror and today I realized I'm gonna look identical to my granddad when I'm older. You know, at least you get an insight to how you look in the future. That's always fun. But yeah, no. I oftentimes do not get out of bed if I wake up in the, because okay, I talk about this all the time. I have a really hard time sleeping. I don't know what it is, but sleeping is kind of the worst for me. It takes me forever to go to bed, and when I go to bed, it's never like a guarantee that I'll have a good sleep. So it's a kind of a struggle for me, right? So normally, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I am gonna be like, time to go back to bed. Do not wake up. Do not do anything. Do not think about doing anything. Just go back to sleep because it's such a pain. So yeah, no. Oftentimes, I am always immediately trying to go back to sleep if I wake up in the middle of the night. Because I also have nightmares a lot too. So I kind of don't. Like, I like super hot showers personally. But on occasion, if I feel like I need to be refreshed from something, I will take a cold shower. But it's not inherently for me. Occasionally, yes. Occasionally. Occasionally, I will be like, you know what? A cold shower will be kind of nice for me. But overall, is not the one for me. Yeah. I don't know. I wish I could become like a cold shower person because apparently they're like really good for you. But I don't really showering with the lava. Yeah, I'm like a very hot like a hot temperature showering person. But I know they're not great. Like I think like it dries your skin out a lot. It's not great for you. But getting into a cold shower just does not seem appealing in any manner, in any form of the way. I can't fathom being in a cold shower on purpose, often, for no reason. Like it has to be because like, oh, like, you know what, I feel kind of gross. I need to like be like refreshed and wake up and you know be cold after a hockey game that hits different. I don't do sports, believe it or not. As I'm an artist sitting in my chair streaming for 3 hours, I don't play sports. So I'm sure if you played sports, yeah, it probably would be really nice. That makes sense. The only time I like to take a cold shower is after I work sweat up from a hot day in the summer. Yeah, that's fair. My shower is too hot and I feel like I'm melting, so worth it though. Yeah. Hot showers are nice. Let me cook saunas. That's fair. I feel like I've gone to a sauna before and I don't know why. I don't know when I would have been in one, but I feel like I have been in one. Like I have like distinct memory of being in a sauna, but I don't know why. Imagining Sky doing sports is both cute and funny to me. I am athletically inept. And unfortunately, it's very visibly and noticeably a fact of my life. Like, if you see me, like, if I walk up a hill, I'm out of breath, unfortunately. And people think I'm in shape. I've had people ask me, oh, like, what do you do for your workout? Because your body's so nice. And I'm like, I don't work out. I don't work out. It's just genetics. Unfortunately, I wish I worked out because it'd be healthy for me. I don't work out. I should work out again. I used to work out for a little bit, like for like I think like maybe like 2 months. I did it for a bit, and I was like, wow, this is great for me. And then I stopped doing it, and I should get back to it. I really should. Um, I mean, you look like you are fit, so I understand it. Thank you, Zeus. I appreciate that. I am not. I'm not though. Unfortunately, I suck. I am not. I need to work out more. I should work out. I would love to be healthier. Broke out the DNA of a god. Only genetics is wild. Like it just is like I'm not like super like fit physically or whatever, but like I would say that I am like, you know, I'm not someone would assume is unhealthy, but I am not healthy. Like I'm not a healthy person. I don't eat well. I need to be more careful with like what I eat, and I need to be more careful about my sleeping schedule and everything like that. Unfortunately, I don't do that. I'm an artist who sits poorly in a chair for hours on end drawing and eating snacks, and that's just like not good. So I need to fix that like desperately. I would love to fix that, but you know, it's hard. So I gotta gotta work on that one. Sky lovingly, are you more inept at sports or at cooking? Thank you for the no shrimping. I am shrimping. I'd say. Oh God, that's a question, huh? Mm, thank you for the water. I will hydrate. Everyone also hydrate, please. Well, get some tea, coffee, water, and hydrate, please, and stretch if you're able to as well. Goodness, my spine. Jeez. Oh, thank you for the head pet. Thank you. Thank you. I have a problem with not eating enough and then eating chocolate. Yeah, I'm a very big snacker. I snack a bunch. I will eat like it's bad. It's not great. I need to eat like full meals. I started doing workouts again 2 months ago. I'm so happy. Yippee, workouts. Bro's DNA is like a gold string. I wish it was. I wish I had perfect DNA. My DNA is okay, I guess. I mean, enough that I don't have like any big issues. Like I have no allergies or anything. But you know, yeah, you don't eat. I know. It's hard. I really need to get better at that. I need to get better at like scheduling times to eat and making actual meals for myself and all that. It's just so I have the tendency to overlook things when I'm like, I have things to do. I have work to do. I have things to, like, I have clients to respond to. I have assignments to do. I can't do anything else. And it's very, very bad. And I do not recommend it. I think that everyone needs to be able to have proper times to eat and set themselves up to eat. It's just that when you are so focused on working, Sky needs a house husband. I need Sanji to get in here to cook me food. Yeah. I need Sanji to be in here. I need real life Sanji. I gotta get in that I gotta get that full life size figure. Yeah. But I need to be better at like learning how to take care of myself in that sense. My mom's always like, you can't get a cat because you don't take care of yourself at all. And a counterpoint in my brain, I think if I got a cat, I take better care of myself because like, oh, I have to feed my baby. And then it's like, okay, I gotta feed myself, you know, in my mind. My mother does not believe that. I think there's a good chance I would be like, oh, I gotta make sure I take care of my kitty and I'll take care of myself in the same manner. A 50-50. I mean, that's fair. That's very, very fair. I think it's probably not, though. I don't know. Maybe I would. It's like people with dogs, like they go on walks because they have to walk their dog, right? So it's like a healthy, fix for them. Welcome in, Mrs. How's it going? Hi, hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope your Monday's going well. To be fair, Zeus, a long time I would be like, I can't, like, the person I marry, they have to know how to cook, because as much as I would love to try to cook, I'm not great at cooking, you know? But I want to get better in general, though. I feel like it's good to know how to feed yourself, just by baseline. And, like, I can technically feed myself. It's not like I do it super well, but I can. I just gotta get better at it. Yeah. So tomorrow, I'm thinking stream-wise, we might have a day off, only because I know this is not my actual schedule. I keep on saying it, and I'm sorry. But tomorrow we'll have a day off, probably. So my voice can rest. If I somehow feel really great and I don't want a day off, then I'll be fine tomorrow, and then we'll stream, surprisingly. But just because I just came back from a long hiatus of not streaming, I don't want to overwork my voice too much every single day. So, but after this, like this Friday, my normal schedule will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that'll be my stream days, and that'll just be in a row during the weekdays at this time. Yeah, that'll be my schedule now. I know before my schedule was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday was my days before. Now it's just gonna be during the week, because I just, my weekends are my weekends now for real, like full on weekends. So my weekends will be off, but I'll stream on Fridays, and then I'll have my Mondays off. So that'll be schedule after from now on till forever, I think. Yeah, that'll be like my schedule forever now, basically. Just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that'll be good, I think. And then I might do like special streams whenever, or some, I don't know, things will happen, obviously, life just happens, but I think that'll be like a better schedule for me than it used to be in the past. So I think this will be good. Better just take the day off, even if you feel fine. That's true. Taking weekends is really good to do. Yeah, I think it's good, yeah. And they coincide with like my full-on weekends as well, because I don't do commission work anymore on those days. So it'll be like an actual genuine like break for me, which I think will be very, very helpful in my life, I think. So that'll be good, I say. Hopefully. I think a lot, I'm sorry. It's my go-to filler word, as is most things in my life. Most of my vocab is just filler words, unfortunately. Gotta read more. Gotta be more learned. I just need to know stuff, guys. I gotta learn. I wish I could do like a book club, you know? But I'm not a person like that, unfortunately. I will not read a book consistently every single week. I mean, maybe I could, hypothetically. I don't know if I would feel dedicated enough or if I desired enough to do it for real, though. I need to read more. Yeah, reading is like, I don't know. I remember as a kid, and the thing is, like, I've always hated reading. My mom used to like forcibly sit me down in bed with her, and she would read books aloud to me because I would refuse to read, and she's like, you have to read somehow. So we would sit down, she'd read a book to me, and I'd have to like read along like in the pages because I wouldn't want to read. So I've never been the type to read ever, really. My sister, on the other hand, she's always read books all the time, so we've always had a bunch of books in the house. But I just never was a big, like, I don't know, it was not for me to read. I was not a person who was like, oh, cool, book. And I guess maybe because in the pretext, it was always like I was reading for school. I was never reading for myself, and I like, the times that I would read for myself, I would read a book in a day. Like, fully, I would, like, start to finish in, like, a couple hours, I would finish a book. But because most of the time, the reading was always like, oh, it's for schoolwork, oh, it's for an assignment, I just, like, never enjoyed doing it, and I think that might be, like, a big part of it, too. But also, I have a very, like, hard time getting super into a book. What if I was reading Fragrant Flower or just any manga? Manga's different, because there's pictures. Because there's pictures in the book, so it's fine. I love picture books. I've always loved, like, graphic novels and comics and stuff like that. Because I think also partly it's because I can't see stuff, and I think that's like what I was talking with Kay about it a little while ago, and I was like, maybe it's because I can't see anything. It might be because I can't picture stuff in my head, so books that don't have anything visually is really hard for me to enjoy, because I'm like, I can't picture this environment, like it's not, like I don't get engaged in it or anything. So that might be it, maybe. That's why I think I maybe had a hard time with as a kid, like being like, oh, this is boring. Also, I hate how they ended last episode. I know. Me and Tony were crashing out about it. I know. It's so unfortunate why they would do that to me. I want them to confess to each other actually for real, and I don't want him to, like, I don't... I was so that damn redhead. He's so cute, though. I can't blame him. He's silly. He's a silly little guy. Grr, so true, Babu. I'm sorry, yeah. Grr indeed. Zeus, if you haven't, because I think you like romance, if you haven't watched Fragrant Flower Bloom's Indignity, very good anime that's about to end this week. I would recommend it if you haven't currently watched or anything. I would say it's a very good romance anime to get into. If you like. Never heard of it? DM me the title, please. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it ends this. It's only 13 episodes. It ends this weekend. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone in like 6 days. It is very, very rare that a romance anime gets more than 13 episodes, though, to be fair. So I'm not surprised. Time to pick up the manga? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's only 13 episodes. It's super rare that I find like any romance anime that doesn't have only 13 or 12. 24 is like a rarity for it. It makes you want to end yourself, Zeus, just FYI. It doesn't, okay? It's just sometimes you may cry, and then also you might get mad because they end things at bad times or episodes. But by the time you watch it, though, you'll be fine. Because by the time that you watch the episodes, the next one will come out already, and you'll be fine. You won't have to worry about the cliffhanger, and it's all good. Okay. It's almost 3 hours. Oof. I gotta stop doing this. Oh my legs. I gotta stop sitting. Like, I sit with my knees to my chest when I draw, and it's really not healthy. Oh, my poor knees. More or less than Violet Evergarden makes me want to end myself. Less. Definitely less. It's a high school, what's it called? High school setting? Yeah, there you go. High school setting. It's a high school setting anime. Hey yo, hi, how's it going, Beazle? How's it going? Welcome. Hi. Hope your Monday went well. Hope your day's been good. Way far from episode 10 level. Yeah. It's overall a very good show. I think it's also, like, to be fair, loving the new model. Thank you. To be fair, it's also, like, very, the characters, despite being kind of dumb, are very much, like, smarter and more intelligent and, like, generally more focusing on communication and being upfront about their feelings than other romance anime are. So, like, at least you get, like, resolution pretty quickly. As opposed to them kind of not. Rintaro's father, so true. He's cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. Love them. Love the couple. Love all, like, her, like, Rintaro's dad and mom are so silly, and I love them. And I think he's very cute. Kinda hot. So true. He's got that dark hair. Those eye bags. So cute. That man can. Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah, I'm gonna slap colors. I know it's kind of short and it's not as robust as other drawings, but you know what? Maybe I can slap colors onto you at least fast enough in the next, like, minute. Wood, so true. He's a very cute man. I can see where Rintaro gets his looks from, honestly. Though, to be fair, both his mom and his dad are both very pretty. Man, that episode, honestly, watching this show, I can understand why some people want to cry. Like, they go to watch them to cry, because I would rewatch that one episode with the mom and that whole entire discussion with them, like, again, just to cry about it, because it was such a good episode. And I feel like I can understand people who kind of like sad things sometimes. Like, okay, you know what, actually, that episode, like, is, like, very heart-wrenching, but, like, not, like, heart-wrenching, it's just very, like, heartfelt, and it makes my heart, like, ah, you know? Like, I clutch my chest in pain, but happiness as well. That was the only one where I cried. Yeah, I think that's the only one I cried as well. That one is a very... I would rewatch the entire anime, but, you know, cough. Tony, you are so subtle in life. Everything you do is the most indecipherable thing ever, and I can never tell what you're saying ever, because you're so subtle. and so good at hiding how you feel about things in life. And I honestly, I wish I was just as subtle as you were when it comes to my feelings. Because you are really good at hiding them, and I'm so impressed by that ability that you have. It's really remarkable. And I am honestly, I'm dumbfounded. I'm so impressed by your things, you know? It's on another level. Although realistically speaking, I feel like I'm pretty okay at hiding my feelings sometimes. But there are definitely some times where I'm like, I sassy sarcasm. Me be sarcastic? What? I don't even know what sarcasm is. I've never even I've never even met her. What is that? What is that? What does that do? What's that? I don't know. I think that I, as a person, many times doesn't deny the sassy though. I think many times I am much more willing to just be upfront with my feelings. I think I can hide my things very well. I just prefer not to, I think. That's what it is for me. Where I'm like, yeah, I could be like whatever and it's fine, but I don't really want to. Sometimes like it's like I don't want to lie about how I feel, so I much prefer being honest. And maybe if it is like I'm being a little bit more whatever, but I prefer not to hide feelings. If I have to hide them, I will hide them, but I don't really prefer to, you know. I much rather be upfront and be like whatever, I'm annoyed, than be like I don't know what's going on, because that doesn't help anybody. I mean, obviously, being like passively aggressively upset about something doesn't help either. But like sometimes you get out of your feelings, and it's what can you do? But you know, did I do that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is where we shall end stream for today. Tomorrow, most likely won't be a stream. There is a chance there will be a stream. I can't promise it fully, one way or the other. It's a possibility. Yippee, thank you. Yeah. Oh, why am I so large? Oh, because I'm that. Nar, I'm sorry. Take a break. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'm not like fully against streaming tomorrow, but I also just don't want to overwork my voice. That's like my big thing right now, because last time when I started streaming, like what, 2 years ago, I streamed every single day and my voice was shot by like the second week, and I'm like, oh, I can't keep doing this. So I don't want to do that again when I come back from when I came back from my break now, to do it like that. So hopefully I can be a little bit more careful. No breaking your voice. I know. I don't want to either. Okay. So let me first see if anyone who I can raid into. Give me a quick moment while I check my the people. Who am I following? Let's see. Oh, Soppy's playing Uma Musume. Oh, Cosmo's playing The Sims. You guys want to watch Uma Musume or The Sims? What sounds more fun to watch? Well, you were checking in, Casey. Thank you. Uma Musume or The Sims 2? Not The Sims. It's Sims 2 or Uma Musume. What are we feeling? Which one do we like more? Do you have any thoughts? Any opinions? Any desires? Tips over and dies? Please don't die. No good for that. No die. The Sims? Okay. Head empty? Okay. I have to go and become clean and like keep comic. Okay. I would say Uma because I'm a firm believer of Uma propaganda. Fair, Uma. Okay. We can do Uma Musume. We can follow. We can raid into Soppy. She's been streaming for how long? Okay, never mind. She's gone. She raided in. She stopped her stream. So we're gonna go to The Sims. Never mind. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you. Soppy just ended her stream, which is hilarious. Okay. We go to The Sims. Cosmo just started, so it's fine. She will not be ending anytime soon, surely. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for watching me draw and ramble about, like, very strange topics today. We were just, you know? Anyways, thank you. I did say thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, probably. That might be Hollow Knight, actually. It might be. I won't promise it, but it might be Hollow Knight on Wednesday. Yeah, Uma Musume sorry died. Unfortunately, she ended her stream. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate. We're gonna send you off over here. So let me turn off the Spotify music really quickly, and we'll turn on this. We'll go over here. All right, thank you for spending time with me hanging out. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I give you a kiss on your forehead. Mwah. Enjoy The Sims. I carry you. Have a good day. And if you want to hang out with me on Wednesday, you're free to have fun. And if you don't want to, that's also okay. Have a great time doing whatever you want to do, regardless of your day.